Okay.
More in the courtroom. One, be present at all times so the courtroom can go smooth. I'll call you guys up one by one, so we're gonna go first chair, second chair, first chair, second chair. Once it's done, if there's not any ladies over here, I'll have you guys come out and go to the left. So you can always sit in the back, ladies can always sit in the front. All right? No hats, no hoodies, arms out your sleeves. When you come into the courtroom, you're gonna go to the great podium, you're gonna announce your name and date of birth. Judge asks your question, simple yes or no. Again, it's just a visual appearance, not just to let you guys know what you're here for, go over the details. All right? If you have any questions, you can ask the judge. Once we leave the courtroom, we're not going back in. All right? Cool. Let's go ahead and start then. Everybody just rise up.
Did you get the SOJ? Did the SOJ get the paperwork?
Oh, which one is he?
28, Morris?
Oh, I didn't even know that. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
You said Morris?
Yes.
28? Oh, thank you. Who is Christopher Morris? Thank you.
You're welcome. And we're gonna do the iPad hearing first.
For which one?
Brown.
Oh, you're gonna do them first?
Yeah, he's already logged into the meeting.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. And then we're gonna do the LEPs? Okay, cool. So, we'll have you go back and sit down, and then you can scoot over to the second seat, and then Morris, you can scoot over to the first seat.
No, we're doing the SOJ last.
Oh, you're gonna do them live?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, never mind then. I'm back. We apologize for the confusion, y'all. All right, so LEPs first still?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But, yeah.
All right, morning.
Good morning, everyone. You may be seated. And the clipper and the iPad is on connected.
Okay. Good morning. This is the time set for the 8 a.m. initial appearance calendar for August 15th, 2025.
Muy buenos días. Este es el calendario de comparecencia inicial de las 8 de la mañana del día 15 de agosto del 2025.
The court's orders for the taking of fingerprints and DNA samples made on the first of this month will apply to all matters on this calendar.
La orden que se emitió para la toma de muestra de ADN y de huellas dactilares el primer día de este mes también aplicará a todas las causas del calendario del día de hoy.
I am Commissioner Dyer, and there are a few things that I want to explain before we get started.
Soy la juez comisionada Dyer y hay unas cuantas cosas que quiero explicarles antes de que empecemos.
First, I will be calling each of you up to the podium one by one.
Primero voy a llamarlos a cada uno de ustedes al podio o al atril, uno por uno.
I will ask you for your first and last name and your date of birth.
Y voy a preguntarles su nombre, su apellido y su fecha de nacimiento.
I will then tell you why you are here,
Después les explicaré por qué están aquí
whether or not an attorney has been appointed to you,
y si se nombró o no un abogado en su causa.
what your upcoming court dates will be,
¿Cuáles serán sus audiencias futuras?
and what your bond will be if you are eligible for bond.
¿Y cuál es la fianza que se fija si es que usted cumple con los requisitos para que se fije una fianza?
Some of you may have some questions while I'm providing this advisement to you.
Tal vez ustedes tengan algunas preguntas mientras les estoy proporcionando esta información.
I ask that you hold your questions until I complete the advisement.
Les pido que por favor esperen a que yo termine de darles la información que les proporciono.
And please do not interrupt me while I'm providing the advisement.
Por favor, no me interrumpan mientras estoy dando el aviso.
You will have the opportunity to ask questions after I complete the advisement.
Ustedes tendrán la oportunidad de hacer preguntas una vez que haya terminado de darles el aviso.
Your questions should only be directed towards your release conditions.
Las preguntas que tienen solo pueden ser relacionadas con las medidas cautelares.
Because this is a recorded proceeding,
Porque esta es una diligencia que se está grabando.
anything that you say could be used against you.
Y cualquier cosa que ustedes digan se podría utilizar en su contra.
So you are cautioned against speaking about your case.
Así que sean cuidadosos al hablar respecto a su caso.
Any legal questions that you have regarding your case should be directed towards your attorney.
Cualquier pregunta que tengan en materia legal deben dirigirla a sus abogados.
Madam Interpreter, the first matter that I am going to call is not an interpreter matter. The following matters are
Thank you, Your Honor.
Micah Brown. Micah, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Micah Brown, 3008.
You are here today because the grand jury charged you with aggravated assault against a correctional employee, a Class 5 felony, alleged to have occurred on February 16th of this year. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You do have a not guilty arraignment hearing on August 22nd at 8:30. The grand jury bond had a the grand jury warrant had a secured appearance bond in the amount of $25,000. I did make a consideration. I did consider the factors of the JJRA, and I am going to continue to have you housed in juvenile detention until your 18th birthday or until you are ordered into the physical custody of MCSO or until you are released. If you are able to post bond, you cannot have any contact with the victims and you cannot possess any weapons. Failure to comply with your release conditions or failure to appear for your court dates if you are released would result in the loss of any bond that you post. A warrant would issue for your arrest and additional bond would be imposed. This completes my advisement to you. If you have no other questions for me, you may be excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Parra Gonzalez, will you please come to the podium?
Señor Parra González, por favor, pase al podio.
And Mr. Hernandez Rojero, will you please have a seat in the chair?
Señor Hernández Rojero, por favor, siéntese en la silla.
Oh, sir, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Señor, por favor, ¿puede decir su nombre, su apellido y su fecha de nacimiento?
Rafael Felipe Parra González, mayo 26 del 1964.
Rafael Felipe Parra González, May 26, 1964, assisted by Ofelia Fernandez, Court Interpreter, CITS.
Thank you. You are here today on a new case.
Usted está aquí por un caso nuevo.
You were charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, a Class 3 felony.
Usted se le acusa de agresión con agravante a arma mortífera, un delito de categoría 3.
I did find probable cause as to that offense.
Y determino que hay motivo de procesamiento con respecto a ese ilícito.
I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter.
Nombré a un abogado para que lo represente en esta causa.
You have a status conference hearing on August 21st at 8:30.
Usted tiene una consulta de actualización el 21 de agosto a las 8:30.
You have a preliminary hearing on August 25th at 8:30.
Y una audiencia preliminar el 25 de agosto a las 8:30.
You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $50,000.
Usted tiene una fianza con garantía de $50,000.
If you are able to post bond, you cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime.
Si usted puede pagar la fianza, usted no puede regresar al lugar de los supuestos hechos.
You cannot initiate any contact with the alleged victim.
Usted no puede iniciar ningún tipo de contacto con la presunta víctima.
You cannot possess any weapons.
Usted no puede tener en su poder ningún arma.
If there are orders of protection or orders against harassment that have been issued,
Y si se emitió una orden de protección o un auto de prohibición de acoso,
you must obey the terms of those orders.
debe de obedecer los términos de esa orden.
You cannot reside at the same location as the alleged victim.
Usted no puede vivir en el mismo lugar de la presunta víctima.
You are permitted one civil standby with local law enforcement to help you get your essential belongings.
Usted puede regresar en una ocasión nada más al domicilio acompañado de los policías para poder recuperar o tomar sus pertenencias personales.
If you violate the no victim contact order in this case,
Si usted quebranta la orden de no tener contacto con la víctima en este caso,
you could be charged with aggravated harassment,
usted se le podría acusar de acoso con agravante,
which is a Class 6 felony.
lo cual es un delito de categoría 6.
Failure to comply with your release conditions,
El no cumplir con sus medidas cautelares
or failure to appear for your court date
y el no comparecer a las audiencias,
will result in the loss of any bond that you post.
con eso perdería usted cualquier fianza que haya pagado
A warrant would issue for your arrest,
y se emitiría una orden de detención en su contra.
and additional bond could be imposed.
Y también se podría imponer una fianza adicional.
This completes my advisement to you.
Con esto doy por terminado el aviso para usted.
If you have no questions for me,
Si usted ya no tiene preguntas para mí,
please step to your left. The officer will give you your paperwork.
pase por favor a la izquierda y el oficial le entregará su documentación.
Mr. Hernandez Rojero, will you please come to the podium?
Señor Hernández Rojero, por favor pase al podio.
And Mr. Adam Colantonio, if you'll please have a seat in the chair. Sir, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Señor, por favor diga su nombre y su apellido y su fecha de nacimiento.
Juan José Hernández Rojero, 19 de julio del 64.
Juan José Hernández Rojero, July 19, 1964.
You are here today on a new case.
Usted está aquí por un caso nuevo.
You were charged with one count of, sorry, I do have to fix this order. You were charged with one count of criminal damage, a Class 1 misdemeanor.
Usted está aquí por un punto acusatorio de daño en propiedad ajena, una falta de categoría 1.
I did find probable cause as to that offense.
Y determino que hay motivo de procesamiento en lo relacionado a ese ilícito.
And I did appoint an attorney to represent you.
Y nombré un abogado para que lo represente.
You will have an arraignment hearing on September 2nd at 8:30.
Usted tendrá una vista incoatoria el 2 de septiembre a las 8:30.
I am inclined to release you on your own recognizance, but you do have to promise to appear for your court date.
Yo me inclino por dejarlo en libertad bajo caución juratoria con la promesa de que usted se va a presentar a sus audiencias en el juzgado.
Do you promise to appear for your court date?
¿Usted promete presentarse a sus audiencias judiciales?
Sí.
Yes.
You have the following release conditions.
Usted tiene las siguientes medidas cautelares.
You cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime.
¿Usted no puede regresar al lugar de los presuntos hechos?
You cannot initiate any contact with the alleged victim.
¿Usted no puede iniciar ningún tipo de contacto con la presunta víctima?
You cannot possess any weapons.
¿Usted no puede tener en su poder ningún arma?
If there are orders of protection or orders against harassment that have been issued,
Si se ha emitido alguna orden de alejamiento o un auto de prohibición de acoso,
you must obey the terms of those orders.
usted tendrá que obedecer los términos de esas órdenes.
You cannot reside at the same location as the alleged victim.
Usted no puede vivir en el mismo domicilio que la presunta víctima.
You are permitted one civil standby with local law enforcement.
Usted se le permite que regrese en una sola ocasión acompañado de las fuerzas del orden público
to help you pick up your essential belongings.
para que le ayuden a recoger sus pertenencias personales.
If you violate the no victim contact order in this case,
Si usted quebranta la orden de no tener contacto con la víctima en este caso,
you could be charged with aggravated harassment,
se le podía acusar de acoso agravado,
which is a Class 6 felony.
lo cual es un delito de categoría 6.
Failure to comply with your release conditions,
El no cumplir con sus medidas cautelares
or failure to appear for your court date
o el no comparecer a las audiencias judiciales
will result in a warrant issuing for your arrest
resultaría en que se emita una orden de aprehensión en su contra
and a bond will be imposed.
y se impondría una fianza.
This completes my advisement to you.
Con esto doy por terminado el aviso para usted.
If you have no questions for me,
Si usted ya no tiene preguntas para mí,
please step to your left. The officer will give you your paperwork.
por favor pase a la izquierda, el oficial le entregará su documentación.
Police, did you get this one?
Mr. Colantonio, will you please come to the podium?
Yeah.
And Mr. West, will you please have a seat in the chair? And Madam Interpreter, before I excuse you, can you ask if anybody else is in need of your assistance?
Happy to do so, Your Honor. ¿Hay alguien más que necesite la ayuda del intérprete en español? Levante la mano, por favor.
No one else thinks interpreter?
Okay, it looks like no one else is in need of an interpreter, so you may be excused, and thank you for helping us out this morning.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
Thank you. Sir, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Adam Colantonio, 12/05/1982.
You are here today on a new case. You were charged with one count of aggravated assault, a Class 3 felony. I did find probable cause as to that offense, and I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You do have a status conference hearing on August 21st at 8:30. You do have a preliminary hearing on August 25th at 8:30. You do have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $30,000. If you're able to post bond, you cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime, you cannot initiate any contact with the alleged victim, and you cannot possess any weapons. Failure to comply with your release conditions or failing to appear for your court dates would result in the loss of any bond that you post. A warrant would issue for your arrest and additional bond could be imposed. This completes my advisement to you. If you have no questions for me, you'll step to your left. The officer will give you your paperwork. Thank you.
Right here? You're gonna go to the third row, closest to the door.
Mr. West, will you please come to the podium? And Angel Michael, if you'll please have a seat in the chair. Hello, sir. Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
John West, 4/18/66.
You are here today on a new case. You were charged with one count of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, a Class 2 felony, one count of endangerment, a Class 6 felony, and one count of disorderly conduct with a weapon or dangerous instrument, a Class 6 felony. I did find probable cause as to all three counts, and I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You do have a status conference hearing on August 21st at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on August 25th at 8:30. You do have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $25,000. If you are able to post bond, you cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime. You cannot initiate any contact with the alleged victim, and you cannot possess any weapons. If there are any orders of protection or orders against harassment that are issued, you must comply with those orders. You cannot reside at the same location as the alleged victim. You are permitted, one, civil standby with local law enforcement to help you collect your essential belongings. You are also cautioned that if you violate the no contact order, in this case, you could be charged with aggravated harassment, which is a Class 6 felony. Failure to comply with your release conditions or failing to appear for your court dates would result in the loss of any bond that you post. A warrant would issue for your arrest, and additional bond could be imposed. This completes my advisement to you. If you have no questions for me, if you'll please step to your left, officer will give you your paperwork.
I'll be right there. Yep. No, right there.
Mr. Michael, will you please come to the podium?
No, that's yours, personal card. Keep that on you.
Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Angel Mitchell, 02/12/2007.
You are here today on a new case. You were charged with one count of aggravated assault, a Class 2 felony, one count of possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, a Class 6 felony, and one count of disorderly conduct involving a weapon or dangerous instrument, a Class 6 felony. The date of these alleged offenses is April 14th of 2025. I did find probable cause as to all the charges, and I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You have a status conference hearing on August 21st at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on August 25th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $25,000. If you are able to post bond, you cannot initiate any contact with the alleged victims, and you cannot possess any weapons. Failure to comply with your release conditions or failing to appear for your court date would result in the loss of any bond that you post. A warrant would issue for your arrest, and additional bond would be imposed. This completes my advisement to you. If you have no questions for me, if you'll please step to your left, the officer will give you your paperwork.
You're gonna go to the third row, closest to the door.
Jaime Gamal, will you please come to the podium? And Adam Hughes, if you'll please have a seat in the chair.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello, sir. Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Jaime Gamble, 2/10/96.
You were here today on a new case. You were charged with one count of aggravated domestic violence, a Class 5 felony, and one count of disobeying a order or mandate of the court, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause as to both counts, and I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You have a status conference hearing on August 21st at 8:30. You have a preliminary hearing on August 25th at 8:30. If you are able to post bond, you will be released to pretrial services on electronic monitoring. You cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime. You cannot initiate any contact with the alleged victims, and you cannot possess any weapons. If there are any orders of protection or orders against harassment that are issued, you must comply with those orders. So I'm so sorry, you can't reside at the same location as the alleged victim. You are permitted one civil standby with local law enforcement to help you get your essential belongings, and you're also cautioned that if you violate the no victim contact order in this case, you could be charged with aggravated harassment, which is a Class 6 felony. Failure to comply with your release conditions or failure to appear for your court dates would result in the loss of any bond that you post. A warrant would issue for your arrest, and additional bond would be imposed. This completes my advisement to you. If you have no questions for me, if you'll please step to your left.
What was the bond?
$5,000.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Third row, closest to the door.
Mr. Hughes, will you please come to the podium? And Mr. Douglas, if you'll please have a seat in the chair. Sir, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Adam Hughes, 07/08/2006.
You are here today on a new case. You were charged with one count of aggravated assault, impeding the breathing of a person, a Class 4 felony, one count of assault with intent to injure, a Class 1 misdemeanor, and one count of disorderly conduct, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause as to all the counts. I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You have a status conference hearing on August 21st at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on August 25th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $25,000. If you are able to post bond, you'll be released to pretrial services on electronic monitoring. You cannot have any contact with the alleged victim. You cannot possess any weapons. And if there are orders of protection or orders against harassment that are issued, you must comply with those orders. You are also cautioned that if you violate the no victim contact order in this case, you could be charged with aggravated harassment, which is a Class 6 felony. Failure to comply with your release conditions or failing to appear for your court dates would result in the loss of any bond that you post. A warrant would issue for your arrest, and additional bond could be imposed. This completes my advisement to you. If you have no questions for me, if you'll please step to your left, the officer will give you your paperwork.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's gonna sit in the third row.
Mr. Douglas, will you please come to the podium, and Mr. Louis Larea, if you'll please have a seat in the chair. Hello, sir. Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Andrew Douglas, 8183.
You are here today because 2 warrants were issued when you failed to appear for a court date. Attorneys were already appointed to represent you in these matters. On your first matter, you will have a non-witness hearing on August 21st at 8:30. And on the second matter, you have a status conference hearing on August 21st at 8:30. Each of your warrants had a secured appearance bond in the amount of $5,000. Your total secured appearance bond is $10,000. If you are able to post bond, you must appear for your court dates. Failing to appear for your court dates would result in the loss of any bond that you post. Warrants would issue again for your arrest, and additional bond could be imposed. This completes my advisement to you. If you have no questions for me, if you'll please step to your left, the officer will give you your paperwork. Thank you. Mr. Laria, if you'll please come to the podium. And Mr. Morgan, if you'll please have a seat in the chair.
How you doing, Your Honor?
Sir, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Yes, it's Luis Nemra Loera Sheng, July 17, 1979.
A direct complaint was filed where you were charged with 1 count of possession of a dangerous drug, a class 4 felony, and then 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, a class 6 felony. The date of these alleged offenses is November 30th, 2023, and November 20th of 2023. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in these matters. You do have a status conference hearing on August 21st at 8:30, a preliminary hearing on August 25th at 8:30, and the direct complaint had a secured appearance bond in the amount of $1,000. If you are able to post bond, you do need to make sure that you appear for your court date. I understand that you are being held in custody for another matter as well.
Yes, ma'am.
But I still have to give you this advisement that if you are able to post bond, that you do need to comply with release conditions and appear for your court dates. If you fail to do so, that would result in the loss of any bond that you post. Warrants would issue for your arrest, and additional bond could be imposed. So this takes care of everything that I needed to advise you of this morning.
Okay, Your Honor. Thank you very much.
Sure.
Okay. Have a good day, okay?
Thank you. Mr. Morgan, if you will please come to the podium, and Mr. Dominic Gano, if you'll please have a seat in the chair. Mr. Morgan, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Justin Morgan, 9/16/88.
You are here today on 1 new case, and then you have 3 probation violations. On your new case, you were charged with 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, a class 6 felony. I did find probable cause as to that offense, and I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You have a status conference hearing on August 21st at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on August 25th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $2,500. As to your probation violation matters, I did appoint an attorney to represent you in all 3 matters. You will have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on August 21st at 8:30. Each of those warrants has a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250. So your total secured appearance bond between the 4 cases,
Yes, ma'am.
I'm doing math, I'm so sorry,
You're good.
$3,750.
And that's, secure, does that mean I can?
10% of that.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
If you're able to post bond, you cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime, you cannot possess any weapons, and you must contact your probation officer
Yes,
within
ma'am.
72 hours of your release. Failure to follow your release conditions or to appear for your court dates would result in the loss of any bond that you post. A warrant would issue for your arrest, and additional bond could be
Yes,
imposed. That takes care of everything I have to advise you of today.
Thank you.
Mr. Gano,
Have a seat to the left.
and then Anthony Hawthorne, if you'll please have a seat in the chair. Sir, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Dominic David Gano, 10/14/1988.
You are here today because you have 1 new case, and then you have I'm so sorry. You are here on a warrant at a surprise municipal court. I will just let you know that I did review all the cases that you have going on. So, I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You have an arraignment hearing on August 19th at 1:30, and I gave you a cash-only appearance bond in the amount of $50, because I understand, I think you were seen last night, and...
Yeah, I'm in custody anyway, so.
Correct. So by giving you this bond, it'll just make sure you get transported to that hearing, so another warrant won't get issued for your arrest. If you are able to post bond, you do need to make sure that you appear for your court dates. If you fail to appear, that would result in the loss of any bond that you post. Warrants would issue for your arrest, and additional bond would be imposed. So that takes care of everything that I needed to advise you of today. If you have no questions for me, you'll step to your left. The officer will give you your paperwork. Thank you. Mr. Hawthorne, will you please come to the podium? And Mr. Albert Santabanez, if you'll please have a seat in the chair. Well, sir, can you please state your, first, can you put your arms through your, okay.
My name's Anthony Hawthorne, 82880.
Thank you. You are here today because you have one new case and then you have 2 probation violation warrants. On your new case, you were charged with 1 count of possession of a dangerous drug, a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. I did not find probable cause as to either charges. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You do have a status conference hearing on August 29th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on September 3rd at 8:30. Then on your warrants for probation violation, you have 1 warrant. You have 2 warrants. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in both of those matters. You do have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on August 21st at 8:30. Each of your warrants has a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. So your total secured appearance bond is $1,000. If you are able to post bond, you must appear for all of your court dates.
Okay.
On your first case where I did not find probable cause, you still have to show up to that court date, on those court dates, because information could be provided later that would allow for a probable cause finding to be made. And if you are not at that court date, a warrant will issue for your arrest. And as to the 2 cases that you do have bond, if you're able to post bond, make sure that you appear for your court dates. If you fail to appear, that would result in the loss of any bond that you post. Warrants will issue for your arrest again, and additional bond could be imposed. So that takes care of everything that I have to tell you this morning. If you don't have any questions for me, if you'll step to your left, the officer will give you your paperwork. Thank you.
Thank you.
There you go.
Mr. Santabanez, if you'll please come to the podium. And Mr. Baker, if you'll please have a seat in the chair. Good morning, sir. Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Albert Santabanez, 8/24/1995.
Thank you. You are here today because you have a probation violation warrant. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You do have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on August 21st at 8:30. You do have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $100. If you're able to post bond, you do need to make sure that you appear for your court date. If you fail to appear for your court date, that would result in the loss of any bond that you post. Another warrant would issue for your arrest, and additional bond could be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to advise you of this morning. If you have no questions for me, if you will please step to your left, the officer will give you your paperwork. Thank you.
So I will not be out today?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Paper. Third row.
Mr. Baker, will you please come to the podium? And Mr. Pedro Rodriguez Luera, if you'll please have a seat in the chair. Good morning, sir. Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Dennis Baker, January 10th, 1963.
Sir, you are here today because you have a probation violation warrant. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You will have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on August 21st at 8:30. Your warrant had a secured appearance bond in the amount of $100. If you are able to post bond, you must appear for your court date. If you fail to appear for your court date, that would result in the loss of any bond that you post. Another warrant would issue for your arrest, and additional bond would be imposed. This takes care of everything that I have to tell you about this morning. If you have no questions for me, if you will please step to your left, officer will give you your paperwork. Thank you.
Yeah. There you go. Did she call you yet?
Mr. Price, can you please have a seat in the chair? Sir, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth? And what's your date of birth?
503.
You are here today because you have one new case and you have a probation violation warrant. On your new case, you were charged with one count of criminal damage, a class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause as to that offense. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You do have an arraignment hearing on August 20th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. As to your probation violation warrant, I did appoint an attorney to represent you in that matter. You will have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on August 21st at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. So between the two cases, you have a total secured appearance bond in the amount of $1,000. If you're able to post bond, you cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime. You cannot initiate any contact with the alleged victims. You cannot possess any weapons. If there are any orders of protection or orders against harassment that are issued, you must comply with those orders. You have to contact your probation officer within 72 hours of your release. You cannot live at the same location as the alleged victim. And you are cautioned that if you violate the no victim contact order in this case, you could be charged with aggravated harassment, which is a class 6 felony. Failure to comply with your release conditions or failing to appear for your court dates would result in the loss of any bond that you post. A warrant would issue for your arrest and additional bond could be imposed. This takes care of everything that I have to advise you of today. If you have no questions for me, if you'll please step to your left, officer will give you your paperwork.
You go to the third row to the left, close to the door.
Mr. Price, will you please come to the podium? And Ms. Barrett, will you please have a seat in the chair? Hello, sir. Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Michael Price, 11/19/1999.
You are here today because a direct complaint was filed while you were charged with one count of theft, a class 3 felony alleged to have occurred on March 1st of 2021, one count of fraud or scheme or practice to conceal, a class 5 felony alleged to have occurred on December 20th of 2020, and 11 counts of false statements to obtain benefits, a class 6 felony alleged to have occurred on December 20th, 2020. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You do have a preliminary hearing on August 18th at 10:30. I am inclined to release you on your own recognizance today. You do have to promise to appear for your court date. Do you promise to appear for your court date?
Yes, ma'am.
Failing to appear for your court date or failing to comply with your release conditions will result in a warrant issuing for your arrest and a bond would be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to tell you about this morning. If you have no questions for me, if you will please step to your left, officer will give you your paperwork.
I have one question. Sorry. So what was the court date? Will it be set on the paper?
Your paperwork will give you the time, date, and location, and the phone number for the agency that will be representing you.
Thank you, ma'am. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you. Ms. Barry.
Third row to the left, yep.
Ma'am, I'm sorry, Ms. Valenzuela, if you'll please have a seat in the chair. Ma'am, can you please state your first last name and your date of birth?
Nicole Actal Barrett, 11/2/75.
You are here today because a direct complaint was filed where you were charged with one count of theft to obtain by misrepresentation, a class 4 felony. The date of that alleged offense is April 13th of 2019. One count of fraud, schemes, or practice to conceal, a class 5 felony alleged to have occurred on April 13th of 2019. And 13 counts of false statements to obtain benefits, a class 6 felony alleged to have occurred on July 18th of 2022. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You will have a preliminary hearing on August 18th at 10:30. I am inclined to release you on your own recognizance. You do have to promise to appear for your court date. If you fail to appear for your court date or comply with your release conditions, a warrant will issue for your arrest and a bond will be imposed. This completes my advisement to you. If you have no questions for me, you'll step to your left. The officer will give you your paperwork.
Thank you.
And you're gonna have a seat back, just where you're at.
Ms. Valenzuela, will you please come to the podium? And Jonah Smith, if you'll please have a seat in the chair. Hello, ma'am. Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Karina Valenzuela, May 10, 1973.
You are here today because you have a warrant out of Santan Justice Court. Due to the nature of the offense, you are not entitled to court-appointed counsel. You do have an arraignment hearing on September 2nd at 9 a.m. I am inclined to release you on your own recognizance. You do have to promise to appear for your court date. Please understand that I'm giving you an opportunity to appear on your own for your court date. Your warrant had a recommended bond in the amount of $680.
Yes.
So if you fail to appear for your court date, at a minimum, you're looking at a bond of $680 and it will be imposed.
Okay.
Okay? So if you have no questions for me, step to your left. The officer will give you your paperwork.
Here's your paperwork right here. Just have a seat back where you were just at.
Mr. Smith, will you please come to the podium, and Mr. Castro Lopez, if you'll please have a seat in the chair. Well, sir, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Jonah Smith, 5/19/06.
You are here today on a new case. You were charged with one count of unlawful flight from law enforcement, a Class 5 felony, one count of reckless driving, a Class 1 misdemeanor, and one count of aggressive driving, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause as to all three counts. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You do have a status conference hearing on August 29th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on September 3rd at 8:30. I am inclined to release you to pretrial services without bond, but you do have to promise to appear for your court date. Yes?
Yes.
Please be advised that if you fail to appear for your court dates or you fail to comply with your release conditions, a warrant will issue for your arrest and a bond will be imposed. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
This takes care of everything that I needed to tell you about this morning. If you have no questions for me, if you will step to your left, the officer will give you your paperwork.
Thank you.
Mr. Lopez, will you please come to the podium? Mr. Morris, if you'll have a seat in the chair. Lozer, can you please tell me your first and last name and your date of birth?
Yeah, Eduardo Castro Lopez, November 29th, 1995.
You are here today on a new case. You were charged with one count of driving with a license that has been suspended, revoked, or canceled, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause as to that offense. Due to the nature of the charge, you're not entitled to court-appointed counsel. You do have an arraignment hearing on September 4th at 8:30. I am inclined to release you on your own recognizance today. Please be advised that if you fail to appear for your court date or you fail to comply with your release conditions, which include you are not to be driving without a license, a warrant will issue for your arrest and a bond could be imposed. Do you understand?
Yes.
If you have no questions for me, you'll please step to your left. The officer will give you your paperwork. Thank you.
Thank you.
Paperwork right there. You're gonna send the third row, closest to the door.
23,000.
Okay. Mr. Morris, will you please come to the podium?
I'll take that paper for you. Just a nominated one. Yep.
Sir, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Christopher Morris, 08/09/1997.
You are here today because there is a warrant for your arrest out of the state of Michigan.
Yes, ma'am.
As a result, that makes you a fugitive of justice. As a fugitive of justice, you do have the right to have an extradition hearing. You are entitled to bond, and you have the right to hire your own attorney. One would not be appointed to you because this is a matter that is civil in nature rather than criminal. An extradition requires a governor's warrant to be signed by both the governor here in Arizona and the governor of Michigan.
Okay.
That process can take between 60 and 90 days. You also have the right to waive an extradition hearing. If you choose to waive an extradition hearing, you would not be entitled to bond. Michigan would have 30 days from tomorrow to come pick you up. If you have any local charges pending, the 30 days would not start until after those local charges were resolved. I see that you reviewed the information regarding the extradition process. Do you know how you would like to proceed today?
I don't want to waive it.
Okay, so you will have a initial hearing on August 25th at 1:30, and you have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $50,000. If you're able to post bond, you must appear for your court dates. If you fail to appear, you could lose the bond that you posted. Another warrant would issue for your arrest.
So how much is the bond?
$50,000.
Okay, so that's 50,000 the whole thing?
50,000 secured appearance, 10% of 50,000.
So that's 5,000?
Plus collateral.
Wow, okay. What's the plus collateral?
That's for a bonding agency to tell you what they will accept as collateral. Usually it's a house, a car.
Oh, so I could go through a bond agency.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right.
All right, so if you have no other questions, I've already signed this one. The officer is going to, if you go ahead and have a seat, the officer will bring your people
Thank you.
to you when it's ready. Alexis Trustad is here on a new case. She is not physically present in court due to,
She's here, yeah.
I did not realize I had her as a house call, so sorry. Ms. Trustad, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Alexis Trustad, 03/11/2002.
And I understand that Ms. Sauer is here for the state.
I am, Your Honor. Thank you, Don Sauer, on behalf of the state.
Ms. Trustad, you are here today because you were charged with conspiracy to commit armed robbery with the threat of use of a weapon, a Class 2 felony, alleged to have occurred on July 8th of 2025. I did find probable cause as to that offense, and I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You will have a status conference hearing on August 21st at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on August 25th at 8:30. Before we go into release conditions, Ms. Sauer, did you want to make a record?
Yes, Your Honor. The state has reviewed this case in more detail over the last half hour or so, and the state is requesting a $100,000 cash bond. The defendant here, she planned this robbery scheme. She executed it. She covered it up. She made false allegations to the police and defrauded her employer. And for those reasons, the state believes a high cash bond is appropriate.
Ms. Trustad, typically I would review financial information to make determinations regarding the appointment of counsel. It looks like you did not participate in that interview. Are you currently working?
No.
Do you have any money in your savings account?
No.
And do you have any children that you are supporting?
I have one.
Is that child in your care?
Yeah.
Are you receiving child support?
No.
Are you receiving public assistance?
No.
So how are you supporting yourself and your child?
I have help from his grandma.
I'm going to order a secured appearance bond in the amount of $50,000. I did take into consideration the state's recommendations that were provided to the court, as well as the information that was provided for today. I also reviewed the criminal history of this defendant. I note the lack of criminal history. The concern that the court has at this time is the inherent nature, the inherent danger of this offense, and the fact, or the allegation that the defendant did help plan and orchestrate the robbery of her place of employment. So I believe a $50,000 secured bond is appropriate. If you are able to post bond, you cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime. You cannot possess any weapons. If you are able to post bond, you must comply with those release conditions and you must appear for your court dates. If you fail to appear for your court dates, that would result in the loss of any bond that you post. A warrant would issue for your arrest and additional bond would be imposed. This completes everything that I needed to advise you of today. If you have no questions for me, if you'll please step to your left, the officer will give you your paperwork. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Sauer, you may be excused.
Thank you.
Jorge Hernandez, date of birth, January 3rd, 1999, is here on a new case. He is not physically present in court due to combative behavior. He was charged with 1 count of aggravated assault, a Class 3 felony, 1 count of aggravated assault, a Class 4 felony, 1 count of criminal damage, a Class 6 felony, and 1 count of assault with intent to injure, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause as to all the charges, and I did appoint an attorney to represent him. He has a status conference hearing on August 21st at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on August 25th at 8:30. He has a secured appearance bond in the amount of $25,000. If he's able to post bond, he cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime. He cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime. He cannot initiate any contact with the alleged victims, and he cannot possess any weapons. If there are any orders of protection or orders against harassment that are issued, he must comply with those orders. He cannot reside at the same location as the alleged victims. He is permitted, when civil standby with local law enforcement, to assist him in collecting his essential belongings. He will be advised that if he violates the no victim contact order in this case, he could be charged with aggravated harassment, a Class 6 felony. Mr. Hernandez will further be advised that if he fails to comply with release conditions or if he fails to appear for his court date, that would result in the loss of any bond that he posts. A warrant would issue for his arrest and additional bond would be imposed. I will meet with Mr. Hernandez. If any changes are needed, I will do so either on the record or in writing. Zariah Williams is date of birth September 10th, 2005, is here on a new case. She is not present in court due to concerns of self-harm. She was charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault on first responders, a Class 5 felony. I did find probable cause as to both counts. I did appoint an attorney to represent her. She has a status conference hearing on August 21st at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on August 25th at 8:30. She has a secured appearance bond in the amount of $2,500. And she's able to post bond. She cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime, initiate any contact with the alleged victims, nor can she possess any weapons. She will be advised that if she fails to comply with release conditions or if she fails to appear for her court dates, that would result in the loss of any bond that she posts. Warrant would issue for her arrest and additional bond would be imposed. I will meet with Ms. Williams. If any changes are needed, I will do so either on the record or in writing. This concludes the 8 a.m. initial appearance calendar. We stand in recess until 11 a.m.
Do you have the advisory there?
I
We only
do.
have one
Yes, sir, I
south.
do.
If you
Yeah.
want to go ahead and read that.
Would you like me to read it first or after you do,
I can go ahead, yeah. We're here today for first appearance hearings. I'm going to advise you of the charges against you. I'm going to ask you if you have hired an attorney or you're planning on hiring an attorney. If you need an attorney appointed, I'm going to ask you if you can afford an attorney at this time. There is a statutory criteria that has to be met, $50 application fee that has to be paid, and another fee at the end that can be assessed against you. I will determine probable cause based on the reports to believe there is reasonable grounds that the crime had been committed. And then I will set a bond and or conditions of pretrial release if they are appropriate. Each of you have the right to remain silent. You're going to be sworn in a second, and everything that is being said is being recorded. You have the right, and I did advise you, you might want to consider exercising that right, with the exception of telling me that you need an attorney. What are you doing? Mr. Ladner? Would you like?
If I could have just a moment, I'm just checking with the public defender's office. I've got Mr. Norman Babers, but I just need a minute.
Ms. Cordinez, if you'd read the advisory.
Yes, sir. Buenas tardes. Esta tarde vamos a llevar a cabo audiencias de primera comparecencia. Lo primero que haré es que les voy a informar los cargos que ha presentado en su contra la Fiscalía. Segundo, le preguntaré si quiere que le represente un abogado. Si usted ya contrató su propio abogado, hágamelo saber. Si desea que su abogado esté presente con usted, trataremos de hacer esos arreglos. Si usted quiere que le represente un abogado asignado por el juez, entonces se le harán preguntas respecto a su situación financiera para determinar si usted cumple con los criterios reglamentarios para la asignación de la oficina del abogado de oficio. Debe saber que hay un cargo de $50 por la solicitud de los servicios y que además un juez pudiese solicitar que usted pague un valor razonable por honorarios de representación. Después voy a determinar si hay motivo fundado para retenerle bajo arresto. Esto significa que existen motivos fundados para creer que se cometió un delito y que usted es la persona que cometió el delito. También voy a repasar el estatus de la fianza. En ciertos casos puede que la fianza que se fijó durante el fichaje fue muy alta o en otros casos muy baja. Cada uno de ustedes tiene el derecho de permanecer en silencio. Todo lo que diga puede ser usado en su contra. Un abogado de la fiscalía está presente en la sala escuchando todo lo que se dice y además todo está siendo grabado. Así que por favor no diga nada sobre los detalles de su caso o del delito en sí. Las preguntas que se harán serán en relación a si usted quiere un abogado y la revisión de la fianza. Usted bien puede rehusarse a responder esas preguntas. Todos tienen derecho a comunicarse con sus familiares, amistades y su abogado. Les pido que tengan presentes estos derechos y que cuando llame su nombre pasen al frente.
With that being said, can we have South County swear in everybody?
Yes, sir. Everybody stand up, please.
Todos de pie, por favor.
Raise your right hand.
Y alce la mano derecha.
Everyone swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. Say, I do.
I do.
Todos juran que van a decir la verdad, toda la verdad y solamente la verdad. Responda que sí. El de español.
I've been advised that there's one Spanish-speaking person at South, which would be Gonzalez Morales, Angel.
Ángel González Morales.
Stay right there.
Sir, you're here on a charge of second-degree murder with weapon, a charge of possession of paraphernalia, and a charge of trafficking in fentanyl over 4 grams. Sir, do you have the money to hire an attorney at this time?
Señor Ángel Morales, está usted aquí por un cargo de homicidio en segundo grado, por un cargo de posesión de parafernalia y por posesión de fentanilo por más de 400 gramos. Señor, ¿usted tiene el dinero para contratar un abogado?
No.
En voz alta.
No.
No.
All right, I will appoint an attorney from the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. I previously reviewed the reports.
Entonces yo le voy a asignar un abogado de oficio. Ya repasé los informes policiales.
And found probable cause exists. I'm setting bonds on possession. Yes. No problem.
Encuentro que hay motivo fundado. Voy a fijar las fianzas ahora.
Well, the court having found probable cause for second-degree felony life charge. Sorry, second-degree murder.
Your Honor, is that the state speaking?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't do approach the mic so you'll be able to hear him better.
Okay.
The court having found probable cause for the second-degree murder life felony charge.
El hecho de que el juez haya determinado que hay motivo fundado por el cargo de homicidio en segundo grado, que es un delito grave que lleva a cadena perpetua.
State requests the court hold the defendant no bond.
El Estado está pidiendo que detenga al acusado sin fianza.
He is not entitled to a bond under this charge.
Y por este cargo, él no tiene derecho a una fianza.
Court is not so inclined, the state would request continuance
Y que si no, el juez no está dispuesto de hacerlo, pedimos un aplazamiento.
The defendant be held no bond for 4 days until the state can file a motion for pretrial detention.
Pedimos que el acusado sea detenido por 4 días hasta que la fiscalía tenga la oportunidad de presentar una moción para detenerlo previa al juicio.
Regarding the charge of trafficking in fentanyl over 4 grams,
En cuanto al cargo de traficar fentanilo por más de 4 gramos,
a first degree felony that is an enumerated offense,
entonces es un delito grave en primer grado, que es un delito grave enumerado.
state requests the defendant be held no bond. This first appearance be continued for 4 days.
El Estado está pidiendo un plazo, que le detenga sin fianza y pedir que lo detengan por 4 días para que la fiscalía pueda presentar una moción para detenerlo sin fianza previa al juicio.
So that the state can file a motion for pretrial detention.
Y así que la fiscalía pueda presentar esa moción para detención previa al juicio.
So to rule 3.132 F4.
Y esto será según la regla estatal 3.132 F4.
Thank you.
Gracias.
I've reviewed the reports. I am setting no bond with regard to the second degree murder with a weapon and the trafficking counts. With regard to the possession of paraphernalia, the bond will be $1,000.
He repasado los informes. Voy a fijar una fianza en el cargo de homicidio en segundo grado y en el cargo de traficar. No hay fianza. Por el cargo de posesión de parafernalia, la fianza es de $1,000.
I believe that there were conditions on this warrant as well, that he will not possess any firearms, guns, weapons, or ammunition if he does somehow bond out, and that he will be placed on GPS if he does somehow bond out.
Hay condiciones que fueron impuestas según la orden de aprehensión, de que tiene usted prohibido estar en posesión de armas de fuego, pistolas, armas o munición. Por si alguna razón él puede pagar la fianza y salir, también tendría un GPS durante el tiempo que esté fuera.
I would note that he was also on federal probation out of Puerto Rico. However, the court has no jurisdiction there.
Veo también que él tiene una orden de incumplimiento de la probatoria de Puerto Rico. Sin embargo, este tribunal no tiene jurisdicción.
You may step to your left, sir, and have a good day.
Puede pasar a la izquierda y que tenga buen día.
Buen día.
Good day.
Set a bond on the trafficking. I didn't hear.
I did not.
I didn't hear it. Okay. You said it's 0 on what basis? The motion is the same. Okay.
That it was enumerated felony.
Yes, sir.
Okay, who do we have Central that needs an interpreter, if anybody?
We got Morales. Morales. Step at the black line right there.
What though? You're right here.
What is the first name with Morales?
¿Cuál es el nombre de la señora Morales? ¿El primer nombre?
Paola.
Paola.
All right, ma'am, do you have money to hire an attorney at this time?
Señora, ¿tiene usted los medios para contratar un abogado?
No.
No.
All right, I will appoint an attorney from the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. I'm going to set your bond at $5,000. You will have the conditions of pretrial release, that you will not have any violent contact with the victim in this case whatsoever. And that you will not use, possess any firearms, guns, weapons, or ammunition. You understand?
Muy bien, señora. Entonces yo le voy a asignar un abogado de oficio en este momento. Usted tendrá usted una fianza de $5,000. Las condiciones, además de pagar la fianza, tendrá usted condiciones de libertad condicional, donde usted tiene prohibido tener contacto violento con la víctima. También tendrá usted prohibido de estar en posesión de armas de fuego, munición. ¿Ha entendido?
Sí.
Yes.
Thank you. You may step to your left, ma'am.
Gracias. Y usted puede pasar a la izquierda.
We got Raina. Sir.
Okay. All right, so you're here for a warrant out of county. There's a bond amount of $5,000 that was posted with that warrant previously. And the bond amount of $500 with the second charge, driving without a valid license. If you're still in custody on 8/22 at 1 p.m., we'll bring you back and discuss it. They have until then to pick you up from Port St. Lucie. Thank you.
Muy bien, está usted aquí por cargos de fuera del condado. Tiene usted una fianza de $5,000 según la orden de aprehensión y una de 500 por el segundo cargo de manejar sin licencia. Si usted aún está detenido para el 22 de agosto, será traído de nuevo a la 1 de la tarde para hablar de esto de nuevo.
Okay.
Bien, si es que no lo han venido a buscar del condado de Port St. Lucie.
Si pago la fianza.
And if I pay the bond?
Bond amount, bond out, yes, sir. You can step to your left.
Puede pagar las fianzas, pase a la izquierda.
All right, is there any more?
¿Alguien más que necesite intérprete o asistencia en español?
Anybody else, Spain?
Okay.
I got one, Tony. Hey, come on,
Yes.
man. Hey, man, step up. What you doing? Hey, man, come on. Right there. What's your name? What happened? You speak
¿Cómo
English,
se
man.
llama?
Eugenio Melchor.
Melchor. Melchor.
So you're here on a charge of no valid driver's license. I've reviewed the reports. I found probable cause. Do you need an attorney, sir, or can you hire one?
Señor, está usted aquí por un cargo de no tener licencia válida de manejo. He repasado los informes y encuentro que hay motivo fundado. ¿Necesita usted un abogado, señor, o piensa contratar uno?
Pienso contratar uno.
I'm going to hire one.
All right, good luck with that. We'll be sending you over for a hearing and I'm putting you to hire your own attorney. Have a good day, sir.
Voy a poner aquí que usted va a contratar su propio abogado.
Bye. Bye, Felicia. Go sit down.
1,000, did I say that? Oh, no, I'm setting a bond of 1,000, I apologize.
La fianza es de $1,000.
Okay, that's
All right.
fine. Go ahead, sit down.
We had, what was the other one?
That's it. Whoa.
Oh, Troy Walker.
Troy Walker and Vargas.
All right, Troy Walker. Mr. Walker, you're here in a grand jury indictment, for first degree murder. Do you have the money to hire an attorney at this time?
No, sir.
I will appoint an attorney from the Office of the Public Defender. You will be held no bond. I've reviewed the reports and found probable cause. However, it is grand jury indictment anyway, so they did it for me. Have a good day, sir. You may step to your left.
Thank you.
Vargas. All right, and then I'll let you guys go home from jail. We got Marcus Vargas. Attorney, you want me to waive the reading?
Oh, yes, sir, I will do that. And also, if I may, our office already, Terry Stewart is the lawyer on this case. And she will be speaking with him after court.
All right. Sir, you have an attorney previously appointed. I'm gonna hold you no bond. And if you want that revisited, your attorney can get that in front of the chief judge or the judge in felony 9. Have a good day, sir. You may step to your left.
Okay.
Yes, Mr. Lander, how are you doing?
Judge, I'm doing well, thank you. Judge, I'm here on behalf of Mr. Norman Babers, last name is Babers. Judge, I'm not sure
You approaching?
what the CF number is. I have the Polk County Sheriff's Office, but I'm not sure of the CF number.
I think this one assigned to you.
There's not one. Hold on.
There will be.
Couldn't find one. I should make sure what my fault. Judge, I've been hired to represent Mr. Norman Babers. Judge, I don't know that he's got any significant criminal history. He did have a driving license suspended or revoked that was pending, but he's currently charged with 3 F3s and 3 M1s. He is a lifelong resident. I have spoken with his mother and his grandmother. He does have employment available to him. So I am asking that the court set bond on this matter.
With regard to the open case, 25 CT 4689.
Judge, I also represent him on that as well. And same thing. There is that the driving license suspended one. He is supposed to show up in September. He briefly went to court on August the 4th. He was told to come back on September with a valid driver's license for fine court cost. I do anticipate working that out, but this may have stepped in the way of coming back with a valid driver's license. If I can get bond and post bond, then I'll have a valid driver's license by September, the next court date.
Because I was anticipating holding him no bond on the misdemeanor, which I'm sure you can work out before then. However, I will set bonds with regard to the battery, 1,000, with regard to the 3 aggravated assaults, 5,000 each. And with regard to the 2 DV batteries, 5,000 each. And if he is released, he is to be put on pretrial release. He will not use, possess any firearms, guns, weapons, or ammunition. He will be prohibited from having any contact with any victim listed in the arrest report, the notice to appear, the complaint affidavit, directly or indirectly, in person, by telephone, fax, pager, email, social media, or any other means at all. The defendant must stay 500 feet away from the victim's home, vehicle, place of employment, and/or school at all time. And he was living there, was not?
This is his house. I mean, the incident happened at his home.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking is, but the others were living there as well, correct?
No, sir.
Okay.
They came to his house, picked up a child, but he lived there with his mother.
Oh, they lived on others. Okay, good.
They do not all live together, Judge.
All right, fair enough. So those bond amounts are established, and so you understand you're not to have any contact with any person listed in the reports?
Yes, sir.
All right. Mr. Lander, are you going to be representing him in the future?
I am, Judge.
All right, we'll put you down as attorney of record. Thank you very much, sir.
Judge, have a good weekend. Thank you for your time.
Your Honor, if I may.
Yes.
I don't know if this is explicit in the record, but I'm showing that Mr. Babers has 2 open cases, TT 25-4689. I believe you addressed that. I think you held him no bond, but I wanted to clarify that. Also show he has an MN 25-5014 charging possession of cannabis and possession of drug paraphernalia. It appears that came in and said arrest case. So I don't know the release status on that case immediately. I'll inquire of the clerk, and if there's a release status, I'll ask that one to be revoked as well.
I did not see that one, so we'll look that up right now.
And then 25-5014.
Radio for KPS. Some file division of. There's W3. David notice to appear. But it doesn't look like did he bond out?
No, I didn't never get arrested.
I don't even know that he was ever served with it.
I was never served with it at all.
That.
We have a court date on 9/2 for that one.
Judge, if there is on 9/2, based on the bond amounts that the court set on all the other stuff in the pretrial, will the court on the inmate 25? Will the court just pretrial release him on the inmate 25? I mean, no bond on one, and apparently got 31,000 on the other one.
All right, I'll put him on pre-trial release conditions. It's to contact the court on his release and then once a week thereafter. And not to use, possess any drugs, of course.
I'll speak.
And take random hearing.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Have a good weekend.
Yeah, part of them one and on the other. Pre-trial.
That CT one? The
CT.
one?
Oh.
Engage.
You know the full day is supposed to be 4, 6. Okay.
Shockingly, no.
Are we good?
Yes.
Thank you.
$15,000 for a count. Okay. It's not actually an enumerated offense. I'll call my legislator.
Counsel, what case?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Shane Whitfield for Jordan Shaw. Should be out of Winter Haven.
Okay. Are you representing him throughout this?
John Muska's office is going to represent him throughout this. Johan, can't remember his last name. There will be an attorney from John Muska's office who will represent him throughout the entirety of the case. I'm only representing for bond purposes this afternoon.
And are you waiving a reading?
I am. Your Honor, Mr. Shaw has very nice, light, I don't see any real criminal history. These charges are substantial. I am asking for a bond at this time. I did talk to the state. They're willing to entertain a bond, so at this
Did you
point.
guys agree on an amount?
We're gonna do 15,000?
State's requesting $15,000 per count. This is each of these 25 counts.
All right.
It's a secondary felony. It is not an enumerated offense. State is also requesting pretrial release conditions that the accused have no contact with anyone under the age of 18, stay 500 feet away from schools, child care facilities, parks, playgrounds, and libraries, have no access to internet or intranet or access or possess any electronic devices that are capable of that access, and weapons and firearms for requesting GPS with house arrest. My note from the assigned intake prosecutor is that the accused is an over-the-road truck driver and may in his trade drive across country, and that is, we want to be sure he stays. Tracking.
Yeah, I'm gonna set a bond with regard to each count. I feel like 15 is low, but I'll do 15 per count. The conditions of pretrial release will be not to possess any firearms, guns, weapons, ammunition, or knives, which is on the warrant, as well as not to possess any computers, electronic devices with internet capability. Additionally, he will have no contact with anyone under the age of 18. He will be on GPS with house arrest. So that takes care of the driving issue. And I believe, and I found probable cause as to each, and you're representing, and he's represented privately as to each.
She is, sure.
Right.
It will be so. We'll continue to do so.
Thank you.
Karen, that's all I have.
Excuse me.
Did you want 22A as well?
22A, yes. He's stay 500 feet away from schools, daycare, child facilities, yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Karen, that's all I have. Thank you.
Have a good day. Courts, medical appointment, attorney's appointments. Thank you. All right, now I'll let you call him from the jail if you want. You do south first, right?
Yes, sir. Bankston. Bankston Darrell.
Mr. Taylor, how are you?
Fine.
I'm doing well, Your Honor. Thank you so much. Are you ready to call my case?
Well, I just called Bankston. Is that your case?
No, Your Honor. I have a Melnikov.
All right, let me deal with this one and we'll call yours.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Bankston, you're charged with tampering with a witness and setting a bond of $5,000. Do you need an attorney appointed to you, sir, or do you have the money to hire one?
I have a private attorney.
All right. Do you want to make arrangements for them to be at the first appearance hearing or?
Yeah, yes. He was called when I got arrested, so he should know the whereabouts.
All right, then have a seat and we're skip your case for now. We'll call it back. All right. Mr. Kaler, I apologize. You may go ahead.
Yes, Your Honor. David Kale on behalf of Igor Melnikov. We're here today at CF 25006149-B. Your Honor, we have been retained in this case. There was a capias, so the court does not need to establish probable cause, and information was filed. Your Honor, Mr. Melnikov was picked. I'm sorry, Judge. Mr. Melnikov. Judge, I hate to interrupt anybody. I can't, when you appear virtually, it's difficult to tell if someone's talking. So if I'm talking over you, I apologize.
You may continue.
Okay, thank you, Judge. Your Honor, Mr. Melnikov was picked up when he was coming back from a cruise with his family. He did not know about these charges. It's not like he was trying to flee. So he has been he was in the Dade County Jail for about 10 or 12 days. Your Honor, he lives in California. He has a family. He's married. He has 3 children. We're asking the court to set a bond of approximately $10,000 with whatever conditions you feel are appropriate. Your Honor, we would ask that he be permitted to return to the state of California. Like I said, that's where he lives. After having taken the van ride up from Dade County, he knows that if he fails to appear, he's going to have a van ride all the way from California. His family has gotten with a bondsman, and they are going to be making arrangements to bond him out and are going to be getting permission from the bondsman for him to leave the state. So it's a nonviolent second-degree felony, Your Honor, and we would ask the court to set a reasonable bond and to allow him to go back to California.
I beg, Your Honor, also for the court's consideration, just in scanning the police affidavit in support of the charge, it appears that the dollar amounts I'm seeing, again, I haven't read it, it's lengthy and detailed, but it mentions dollar amounts of $120,391. Again, I don't know if that's the alleged amount defrauded. I'm not making that representation, but it also has amounts of $88,000 and a little bit, $60,000 and a little bit, $30,000, $24,000, and so forth. I bring that up. I don't want to make the court wait while I read all of that, but the dollar amounts do seem to be substantial. So with regard to the amount of bond, I do think the defendant is entitled to a bond, but the amounts, I think, should inform the court regarding what a dollar amount might be to ensure his presence in court, and also if the court is considering allowing him to leave the jurisdiction. Thank you.
Judge, if I may respond to Mr. Matthews. Judge, because I understand why Mr. Matthews, who has 100 cases to deal with, didn't get a chance to read through the PC affidavit thoroughly. Those amounts that Mr. Matthews were referring to were the amounts that he had in his account. If you take a look at the first paragraph of the probable cause affidavit, the amount of controversy was a wire transfer of $60,000, of which $20,000 was returned by the defendant. And so the amount in controversy is $40,000. The numbers that Mr. Matthews is referring to are at the bottom of the page 2 of the probable cause affidavit, where they are referring to the amounts that he happened to have in his account and some withdrawals that he had made from his account. But the amount that we're dealing with in this case, Judge, based upon the first paragraph of the probable cause affidavit, it was later learned the defendant could not deliver the microscopes to the victim and refunded him only $20,000 from the $60,000 paid by wire transfer. The victim contacted law enforcement to report the theft of $40,000.
And I understand that, Mr. Kaler, I had read it. My thing was I was gonna up the bond if he's going back to California to give him financial incentive to come back here. I was gonna make it 30. And that way I know that he's gonna return.
Judge, the family has limited income, and you know, this gentleman's been in jail. We asked the court to consider going lower than that, but we certainly understand the court's position.
With the caveat that I will allow him to leave the state, I am setting the bond at 30,000 cash or surety. It will have, I guess, no pretrial release conditions. Okay, thank you. Are you going to stay on this, Mr. Kaler?
I am, Judge. I'm going to call his sister now. So the bond is $30,000. The pretrial release order is going to clearly state that he is allowed to return to California upon posting the bond. Judge, how many times a week did you want him to call in?
We need to call, we'll put a pretrial release. We'll call in twice a week.
Okay. Do you, okay.
Had to have no contact with the victim.
Okay.
Or the victim's company. I apologize.
Okay, Judge, I got it. Thank you for your time, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Kaler. Have a good day.
Yes, sir.
Good evening. But I just put you may leave the state.
Okay.
Thank you.
Put that on 27.
All right, who's next?
South County Banks.
Good call. You should just call him. I'm about to say, yeah.
Bankston.
Yeah.
Was you number one?
Oh, okay. Yes.
Is it Bankston?
Yes.
Did the attorney sign in?
Oh, repeat that, please.
The attorney, are you for Mr. Bankston? Yeah.
He has one on a different case.
Okay, you previously had an attorney on a different case. Is that it?
Yes, he's representing me on both cases.
And counsel, are you standing in for Mr. Bankston?
My name's Jacqueline Jorgensen, but I'm here for Steve Oxlin.
All right, we'll get to that. Mr. Bankston, just to let you know, I'm gonna go ahead and set a bond for you. I'm gonna reflect that you have a private attorney. The bond will be 5,000. However, you have the open case 23 CF 8212. And I'm going to remand you on that case. So you're coming back tomorrow, probably on that anyway. And if they want to revisit the bond I set with this tampering, your counsel can contact the court. Thank you.
Next one up, Bryant Emmerich.
I wasn't sure. I thought you said Emmerich.
Bryant, last name.
Oh, thank you. I apologize. Mr. Bryant, you're here on robbery, sudden snatching, burglary, unoccupied, conveyance, criminal mischief, 200 or less, petty theft, first degree, or sorry, misdemeanor, second degree, and domestic violence, battery, touch or strike. I'm setting a bond on the domestic violence with conditions of pretrial release. That bond will be $5,000. The robbery, sudden snatching, that bond will be $5,000. And the burglary, unoccupied conveyance, that bond will be $5,000. Sir, do you have money to hire an attorney at this time?
No, sir.
I will appoint an attorney from the Office of Public Defender to represent you. I've reviewed the reports, found probable cause exists. With regard to the pretrial release conditions, it will be conditions 16, 17, and 18. 16, you're not to have any guns, firearms, weapons, or ammunition. You're prohibited from having any contact with the victim listed in the report, the affidavit. directly, indirectly, through a third party, or any other way. You stay 500 feet away from the victim's home, school, place of employment at all times. Actually, get rid of 18. And you have a bond at this time. Is there anything else going on with this? With those conditions, you understand, sir?
How am I supposed to switch with getting my son?
You're gonna have to have your attorney work that out with the alleged victim in this case. You understand?
Okay.
Thank you.
Next one up,
That's
Clark,
mandatory reporting, is it?
Clark Alexander.
All right. Mr. Alexander Clark. You're here for domestic violence, battery, touch, or Mrs. Touch or strike. Do you have a place to stay, ma'am?
Yes.
All right. Because you're not going to be able to return to the residence itself. And that's what I'm going to do at this time. I'm going to say, set your bond at 3,000, give you 48 hours upon which you can return as a condition of pretrial release with law enforcement officers for the purpose of picking up any personal items you may need, whether it's medication, ID, things of that nature. And you will not have any contact with the victim other than that, not directly, indirectly through third party. You won't go to their home, place of employment, and or school. And you will not use, possess any firearms, guns, weapons, or ammunition. Good luck to you, ma'am. Wait, do you need an attorney?
What address am I not allowed to go to? I'm sorry.
That's why I asked if you had another place that you were going to.
No, because 817 Avenue X Northwest, that's my family's home, my grandma's home. He does not live there. He is not welcome there. He does not get mail there, any of the above.
That's what I was checking.
Yeah, 817 Avenue X, that's my grandmother's home. That's my family home. That's where I'll be returning to.
And he has the same thing on his.
Yes, but I have proof from the owners of the house that he does not
That's
live
why
there.
you're gonna have to talk to an attorney and get them to show somebody that. So you can get that established, but as of now, I'm not gonna allow either of you to return to the home until somebody has shown proof to pretrial release that is your legal residence. All right, I'm gonna appoint the PD to help you out. You may step to your left, ma'am.
Excuse me, Judge.
Yeah.
Yes, we got another private attorney online.
All right. And ma'am, you said the name. I can't read it from here.
Same Oscar Stephen. Oscar Steve.
Okay. Oh, it's, is it Oceanland? Counsel?
Yes, Your Honor, Oxalin is pronounced. Steve
All right, I was
Oxalin.
making
Good
sure.
afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you today?
Great, Your Honor. Jackie Jorgensen for the record for Mr. Steve Oxalin.
Are you going to be representing him throughout?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And did you have time to review the probable cause affidavit?
I did.
All right. Is there any challenge to that?
Your Honor, there's no challenge to the probable cause affidavit, but I do have argument with regard to considering reducing setting Mr. Oxalin's bond pursuant to a term that he could make. Mr. Oxalin is a family man. He's here legally with a green card. He has 2 children, ages 9 and 6. He's not a flight risk. I did see in the affidavit that law enforcement was asking for a GPS ankle monitor. I don't know what the court's position is with that, but if the court is inclined to grant the GPS monitor, we would ask for a release on his own recognizance with the monitor. If the court is inclined not to grant the monitor, then we would ask for a reasonable bond perhaps 5,000 be set if the court would consider on the second-degree felony.
This warrant had conditions on it. Those conditions included the defendant shall obtain an ankle monitor where the defendant would have a curfew from
Yes,
10
from
a.m. till 5 a.m.
essentially 10.
The
Yeah,
defendant may
10
not use
p.m.
or
to
possess
5
any
a.m.
firearms, guns, weapons, or ammunition. Defendant is prohibited from having any intentional contact in any form with either the victims listed in the reports. The defendant must stay 500 feet away from the victim's home, place of employment, and/or school at all times. That was signed by Judge Franklin. I am going to assign presumptive bonds, which I think are fair. The aggravated assault, deadly weapon being an F3.
It's got two judges.
Is it F2?
For the fire.
15,000. Oh, it's Parliament's right. 5,000 on the use or possession of a firearm during a felony. 5,000 on the discharge of, well, 1,000 discharge in public. That's a misdemeanor. 1,000 on the battery, touch or strike. And I've reviewed the reports and did find probable cause to each. I am going to keep those there, but of course you can get that back in front of Judge Franklin or whatever judge is in front of to do a motion to lower those bonds if appropriate.
Yes, Your
Thank
Honor,
you.
my apologies. I didn't hear what the bond was on the count one.
Actually, it should be count one is an F3. It's count two that's the F2. Aggravated assault, deadly weapon, 5,000, and then the use or possession of a firearm during a felony is 15.
Understood. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
the court's time.
No problem. Have a good day.
You too.
One.
Next.
Cole Aaron.
Next. Aaron Cole, you're here on possession of paraphernalia, possession of methamphetamine. Do you have the money to hire an attorney at this time, sir?
No, sir.
I will appoint an attorney from the Office of Public Defender, at least provisionally. You got to fill out the application, of course, so that you qualify. However, I've reviewed the reports, found probable cause. I'm leaving the bonds where they are set. Have a good day, sir. Your step to your left.
Carson Catlin.
Alright. There's a $1,000 purge amount. Isn't there?
Of course, if I may, Your Honor, this case was brought back from yesterday. Bonds were set on all counts except for what was presented yesterday as possession of a controlled substance without a prescription. On that count alone, the court found no probable cause, noting that there was a narrative support for a different charge of possession of methamphetamine. The case filing agent provided an amended affidavit that corrected that. I received that and provided it this morning, and my understanding is that amended affidavit should now be before the court. So I believe that the only matter before the court now is finding probable cause for the possession of meth. Yesterday, a presumptive fine of $5,000 was set for that count, but because it's before the court today, I believe you have discretion over that count. I can tell you the amounts on the bond amounts on the other counts if the court wishes.
Well, there is the methamphetamine, which is presumptively 5,000. That seems sufficient. So that's where I'll leave that one. The PD has previously been appointed, and I found probable cause per the affidavit that has been filed. Thank you.
And was that sent to the public defender's office? You may not have been able to get it sent, but.
If I may, I was not able to send it to the public defender's office when it was a known person that was assigned, I would send a courtesy copy. I would be happy to send a copy to defense counsel, and I would be happy to show them a copy now for first appearance if she so desires, if that's okay with the court.
That's fine. Yes, sending it to me would be fine. I'll look at yours very quickly just to make sure. Hey, you remember Mr. Corson from yesterday?
Because I needed it to work right exactly. And I just put it in the court, it should be, just put testing in there. He changed the count and put in the methods, just.
It's Mr.
And I'm just, on Mr. Forson's behalf, just understanding that now the affidavit has been changed to indicate that there was a positive test result on the meth, then that count now stands as opposed to the court having not found probable cause. Today, the court finds probable cause.
This is the change of the count, and I'm showing that for the recorded records. Defense counsel, that change of charge, narrative portion, including testing of the methamphetamine.
Very good.
Field test.
And you may step to your left, sir. Thank you. All right, who's next?
Fraser, 1.
Sir, you're on a. Wait, show me what you're showing.
I have a warrant, so don't say warrant.
They advise they will pick up. That's what I wanted to make sure. Okay. Yeah, we've got to bring back on 8/22. If you're still being held, we have sent a teletype out to let the agency know your other matter has been dealt with and that you're available for pickup. So if you're not picked up by the time you come back on 8/22, we will deal with that then. Thank you, sir.
Gonzalez, Eric.
Gonzalez, Eric, battery, aggravated bodily harm.
This is a recall from yesterday, I believe.
Why is it being brought back?
I'm not.
This is an add-on charge that he's here.
Oh, okay. It was an add-on.
It's previously given pretrial release. He should have been standard conditions because he was originally charged. Or something.
Okay, this is showing the extent of the injuries.
So he got charged.
Yeah, this is an add-on charge apparently.
Judge, this, I believe this came back. Check.
And I believe it was set with pretrial release conditions yesterday.
There was a matter that came up in court yesterday regarding CF 245847. Because probable cause was found in the case that was on the docket yesterday, I believe that there was a Parker hole place in CF 245847. And that is the battery. The case that came, that was called yesterday was accessory after the fact. So those are two different cases. So the case on the docket today is not the case from yesterday, but it was put on the docket today because of the case yesterday.
Okay, that makes sense.
So I understand the 255847 is these additional charges that are now on the first appearance paperwork that were not on there yesterday. All the charges in addition to accessory after the fact.
State is requesting a Parker hold in CF 245847 because of the charges that for which probable cause was found yesterday. They are not in the same case.
Okay.
Well, I'm noticing there were several additional charges on this document now that weren't on there yesterday. The only one on there yesterday was accessory after the fact, so I'm just trying to clarify.
Sure, that was a different case.
Yes, and so you're just giving me the count for 5847 that you've asked to park room on.
I believe that's the posture.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you. So with regard to today's case, we're setting a bond with the great bodily harm at 10,000. However, there is a Parker hold currently with regard to the 24 case. So you have a bond, and I believe there were pretrial lease conditions that as well.
It was just this. There were no special conditions.
It's a standard 16, 17.
Somebody, there's additional charges?
Just great bodily injury. They brought back affidavit saying the injuries that they were perhaps staying, what did you say? Additional?
Just these on the front.
Okay, and no contact with the victim is what I wanted.
You want to have that? Yeah.
No weapons, firearms, guns, or ammunition. And sir, do you need an attorney?
Oh, yes, sir.
I will appoint an attorney to represent you. I think you already have one on the other case. Have a good day. Miss step to your left.
Next one up is High School James.
I said that was not even here, these things.
Arsenal.
Yes, sir.
So you're here on trafficking and amphetamine. Is it less than 14 grams?
Greater than or equal to 14 grams.
Greater than or equal to 14 grams.
Just also a recall.
Why is this one? We had a lot being brought back yesterday.
Yes, there were several. The state was saying, and actually I believe Mr. Matthews has now filed a 3.132 motion. He said he would have it done by today. He's provided me a copy. So we anticipated that that was going to be the case.
Okay.
Frank,
Yes, absolutely.
this case was continued from yesterday pursuant to a 907041.
And attorney has already been appointed?
Yes.
All right. And we're going to set this over for a pretrial detention hearing.
I believe it'll be next Thursday because today is Friday, if I got that right.
Let me see what's on the. Next court date. Thursday.
What is he?
Pretrial detention hearing.
Yes, next Thursday. That's going to be first.
Okay. So you come back next Thursday on the 21st for pretrial detention hearing, sir. You have an attorney appointed at this time, so I will wish you good luck. Miss step to your left.
Haynes Timothy.
He is also a recall. This is a gentleman who's been waiting for Lee County, I believe, to come get him for the last, he was first in first appearance last week on a out of county warrant.
Subject ready to be picked up, got sent out on 8/1/04, and subject ready to be picked up, got 8/1/4.
Judge, I'm showing that he was sentenced to 45 days Polk County Jail on July 15th. So I suspect of 2025. So I suspect what is going on is he served his time here. Once that time was served, the initial notice for pickup was sent. So even though he's been in the jail for a while, part of that time was serve Polk County sentence. I say request this be set over for a week to give them an actual week to come and get him.
And I would agree with that. Mr. Hayes was indicating that he thought that that case was already taken care of and he'd been sentenced on it. And indeed he had.
All right, then we'll set it over for next week, 8/22, 1 p.m.
What happened after that?
Well, if they don't pick you up by then, you'll probably be released, but we'll revisit that on that day if they haven't picked you up.
Next one up was an add-on Johnson, Azadi,
Azadi.
Azahadi.
Azahadi. Oh my God, I need it.
Okay, so you're being held on one for Pasco for arson, first degree, which was $150,000 bond that had been set, burglary of a structure conveying, is that the one I have yet? $150,000. Grand theft, real property, $1,000. 25,000 on 4 counts each, so 25,000 on each with regard to torturing animals. And we're gonna come back at 8:22 to figure out if you're still in custody or if Pasco's picked you up. Good luck, sir.
Parker Russell.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, Mr. Parker. This is an FPA with the bond currently set at $1,000. Just letting you know, your KB, your next court date is 9/5. Is that in Winter Haven? So don't miss it.
May I say something, please?
What?
It's not about the facts of my case. I was in jail when that happened, when I missed the court date. And I already have a court date on the 29th for criminal mischief. Is there a way we could put them together on the 29th? With the same lawyer?
I don't know if he's being held or.
I would have to inquire the court, or I could look up what I have in my system, but that'll take me a couple of minutes.
This is a Lakeland case, so
He's here for a criminal mission, that he's in custody.
Well, based on the document.
exactly. And the other one may be.
I have no idea.
Yeah,
So if you want to call.
As I find out more, it might get worse for him.
yeah.
So if you want to find more evidence.
Easily.
You know,
So I have to get transferred over here, I assume, finding them. All right.
I can ask Rhoda.
We're gonna talk to Judge Grote and see if we can put them together. Are you planning on bonding out, sir?
No, sir.
All right, then it's gonna have to be put together over here in Bartow. So
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna have pre-trial do that and we will see you when we return, but I can't give you a date as of now. Simply because the one that I have in front of me is for the Winter Haven, Lakeland Courthouse. And obviously that's gonna have to change.
I didn't hear that last part.
Yeah, and I will appoint an attorney to help you.
Well, I already have an attorney on the criminal mischief one.
Okay, that's the public defender, right?
What's that?
That's one of the public defenders, correct?
Yes, sir.
That's why I'm appointing one on this one, so they can work out a group deal. Thank you, sir. Miss left.
Oh, I'm just confused. I apologize. I'm just confused, but they will be.
You
getting
asked me to put them together and bring them back. That's what I'm doing.
On the 29th?
Well, I don't know what day. Because it has to be in Bartow if it is, while you're in custody.
Okay.
Thank
you. You have a good day.
Kyle Robert.
Today's documents, Max. All right, Mr. Roberts. Oh, I apologize. Robert Powell. You're here on possession of paraphernalia, possession of methamphetamine. I've reviewed the reports on probable cause. I've said a bond has previously been set for each 1,000, 5,000. And sir, do you need an attorney?
Yes, sir.
I will appoint an attorney in the office of the public defender to represent you. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thomas Antonio.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. Sir, you're here on aggravated assault, deadly weapon, aggravated battery, use of deadly force, possession of paraphernalia, possession of methamphetamine, tampering with physical evidence. Let me find it. No, it looks like you're just on the other two. Did they add some charges? 1 second, I'm checking with pretrial.
Yes, sir.
Because this says there's two charges. Is that the wrong one? Thank you.
One Thomas.
Thank you.
You're not impressed though.
That almost the right one. All right. Sorry, Mr. Thomas. It was almost the same charges. With regard to the aggravated assault without intent to kill, 15,000, aggravated battery, deadly weapon, 15,000, because they're, well, felony second degree.
That is an enumerated offense. The state is not at this time seeking a continuance or an opportunity to file a motion for pretrial petition at this time.
I can't hear.
Would not court refrain from setting a bond.
All right, I'm going to set a bond at with regard to the possession of methamphetamine, 5,000, possession of paraphernalia, 1,000, and the tampering with evidence, 5,000, I apologize. However, sir, you do have another case you're out on bond on, which is 25 CF 5870. And for that case, your bond will be revoked and you'll be held Parker. Sir, do you need an attorney?
Yes, sir, but I couldn't hear what I didn't hear what the state has said.
They just said they're not seeking, even though they could seek to hold you without bonds. They're not seeking that. So I set a bond. Okay. I'm appointing you, or I'm appointing an attorney from the Office of Public Defender to represent you.
Yes,
Set
sir.
bonds on everything. And then I revoked your bond on 25 CF 5870 because you were out on bond when you picked up these charges. So have a good day. You may step to your left.
So when do you know when I come back to court? Or when I'll be able to get a bond?
Yeah, wait, I need to put you in pretrial too. Is there any requirements pretrial? Okay. Yeah, 16, 17, 18. And you're not to have any contact with the victims listed in any report, and get rid of 18, I apologize. Not to have any guns, weapons, or ammunition, and your next court date is 9/16. Have a good day, sir.
And Judge, we have to respectfully point out that even if the accused does not bond out, the no contact order for the victim stands as of now.
Yeah, you're not to contact the victim as of today's date, even if you fail to bond out.
So can I? So I can't bond out?
No, not on the not on the charge you had before you picked up these ones. No.
Okay, now I'm saying because my bondsman had got off of it. That's all I was just trying to make sure.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Next one up, right, appeal.
Good afternoon, Judge.
Is this?
No, I'm just checking something. Okay, it's a different case number. I want to make sure that's. All right, thank you. Who did we have for the last person? It's South.
Right, appeal.
Good afternoon, Judge.
Good afternoon, Mr. Wright. You're here on a warrant from Maricopa County from Broward. There's a hold. They indicated they will pick you up and to put no bond on both counts. They will extradite. If they're not extradited by 8/22, you'd be brought back to court.
Sir, you told me last week that that I would be brought back and we'll talk about it. Did they reach back out to?
Let me double check. Let me see how many times you've been brought back and what else has happened. Give me a second.
Okay.
Because I very well may have done that. That sounds exactly like something I would say. Was he in on something else here?
Here.
All right, and we are talking about it, and I'm gonna give them another week to pick you up, but if they don't, I will release you. All right, have a good day.
Yes, sir. All right.
And that completes South County. The last name, Yates James, he's over there at the courthouse from what I was told. Hold on.
Thank you. James Yates is here at this courthouse.
Yes, sir.
That's interesting. The one that's, it was a trespass case, I think.
The one that's supposed to be here in person?
Yeah.
They said they sent him back late this morning, so you'd make first appearance here virtually. He's not here in person anymore.
With regard to his, was there a bond previously set? I want him brought back. If it's not our bonds, he needs to be able to get out.
South County, can you check building 3 golf dorm for Yates? He should be back and in first appearance.
Okay, let me check. Okay.
Judge?
Wait, didn't we finish yours? Yes, sir.
They're muted.
Okay.
Sorry, sir. Not to go against what you're saying about this week. I have 4 kids what I'm fully custody in full custody of under the age of 10, and I can't even get them to school. My mom is disabled, and they really need me home. I'm not a flight risk. I will go take myself to Broward County myself. I've never been a flight risk, and I just want to take care of my kids. I know the 1 week.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, this 1 week will terribly be. It will really affect my family. This 1 week.
Yeah, sir, I told you that I was giving them another week because it has been only 1 week.
Yeah.
To pick you up. And you made me change my mind about that. In that I might give them more time. However, if you leave it alone, I've already put a note in here that if you're not picked up by next week, you'd be released.
Okay, no, I'm sorry, sir. I was just telling you about my kids.
Step to your left, thank you.
Your Honor, I'm gonna need about a minute or 2 to get him up here.
Thank you, and we're start with Central.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we have a female. First female is Bellamy Christina.
All right. Sir, ma'am, you're here on petty theft. I'm setting a bond at 1,000. Do you have money to hire an attorney?
No.
Read the reports on probable cause. I will appoint an attorney from the Office of the Public Defender. There is probation out of Monroe, Georgia. However, there is no extradition on that, so you can bond out at this time.
And
Good luck to you, ma'am. You may step to your left.
Belmont Evelyn.
Ma'am, you're here on felony petty theft, third or subsequent offense, setting a bond of $5,000.
They call it.
I reviewed the reports. I found probable cause. Do you need an attorney, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Also, I have other cases open right now. Can we, put them all together?
We could definitely remand you on anything that we have open.
State request, Judge.
It's not the same. It happened at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
Okay.
Okay. This is that on partial. Thank you. Yeah, you're being held on it. Thank you. Step to your left.
What is it? Next name is Blow. I said Cheyenne Blow.
Knowingly abused child without great bodily harm. Certainly a fight between her and her daughter. I'm going to set a bond. And do you have an attorney?
No, sir.
Can you afford an attorney?
No, sir.
I will appoint an attorney from the Office of the Public Defender. I found probable cause. I am going to set conditions of pretrial release. You're not to use, possess any firearms, guns, weapons, ammunition, or otherwise. Does your daughter live with you?
Yes, sir. They did I'm sorry, what is it called?
You don't want to talk about the facts of the case.
Okay, I'm
just
sorry.
trying to work out how to best do this in my head. State have any suggestions or defense?
The news showed that, not created math, the victim appears to be 17 years of age.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
I'm not aware of victim contacts requesting contact.
There's no contact made.
Not positioned to stipulate the contact. That may mean getting DCF involved.
I do believe this is a mandatory reporting situation.
Yes, sir.
And pretrial, can pretrial do the mandatory reporting?
Usually that's done by the state.
The state, will you make sure it gets sent over?
DCF?
Yeah.
I don't know specifically how that works. I don't mind doing that. Usually that report is made by the case filing agent, law enforcement. Typically, that's how that contact is made. So they have a contact. I do not mind following up with that.
Yeah, I know. I just want to make sure somebody reports it.
Yes, sir. My hesitation is I don't mind telling DCF that this exists. That I'm not the person that found, I'm not a witness to any of this. I'm simply reading a report about it.
Well, and that's what we're required to do.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. I'm going to set the bond at 5,000. I'm going to put pretrial release conditions in there. Ma'am, you're not to have any violence contact. And just know all it takes is an allegation. So you don't want to go home and start screaming at your daughter because if she says that there was violence, they're going to pick you up again and you're going to wind right back in jail and you won't be able to bond out.
Understood.
Understand?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Good luck.
We got Centron. Jacqueline Centron.
Thank you. Once again, this is all day long. We have a million TVs today. Have you noticed that? Ms. Centron, domestic violence, you're charged with domestic violence, battery, touch, or strike. I'm going to set a bond at $5,000. Do you have an attorney or the money to hire an attorney at this time?
No, sir.
All right, I'm going to appoint an attorney from the Office of the Public Defender to represent you.
Thank you.
I am going to put you on the standard domestic violence pretrial release conditions. Those conditions include that you will not return to the premises, you will not use, possess any firearms, guns, weapons, or ammunition, that you are prohibited from having intentional contact with the victim named in the arrest report, or directly, indirectly, or through a third party or social media, and that you may return to the residence one time within 48 hours of release from custody, accompanied by a law enforcement officer to retrieve any personal paperwork, medical medicines, things of that nature, and clothing. You understand, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Judge, I have.
Hey, Brown, let me go. We have James Yates, Your Honor, James Yates, South County.
And Mr. Yates, you were giving an RR capias. It's a release on recognizance capias with a good address. But I'm guessing at this moment, you're probably homeless.
Yes, I am.
All right. Here's what I'm going to do, sir. Your next court date is currently set for 9/5/2025 at M4. Is that my division? It's in Bartow, isn't it? Yeah. All right. In front of me in Bartow, I'm giving you the date now because I know that you can't give me a good address, but I'm not going to hold you because you're homeless and simply because you're homeless. All right?
Yes, sir.
But make sure you know that date and make sure you call the courthouse to do whatever you can to get over here so we can resolve this, so you don't get picked up again on yet another KPS for not showing up to court, all right?
Yes, sir.
Thank
Yes,
you,
Judge.
sir. Have a good day.
That completes South County, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Okay, Judge, we got, Angela Charles.
Ms. Charles, you're being held on a Pasco County hold. I should double check what I read this afternoon. You're also being held on battery of law enforcement officer, aggravated assault on law enforcement officer, resisting an officer with violence, resisting an officer without violence, and misuse of 911. I'm going to set a bond as to the charges that are not the Pasco charge. And once you bond out, Pasco is eligible to pick you up at that time. But the battery on the law enforcement officer is going to be a $5,000 bond. The aggravated assault, $15,000, resisting with violence, $5,000, without violence, $1,000, and misuse of 911, $1,000. Ma'am, do you have the money to hire an attorney at this time?
No, I'm on Social Security disability, and I didn't
understand
do any of that.
completely. I will appoint an attorney from the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. And they might be able to help you out with that. Good luck to you, ma'am.
So
1,000.
Okay, we got, okay, Judge, we got Veronica Cole.
VOP, battery, touch or strike, no bond warrant signed by me. So you're coming back on 9/15 for a revocation hearing unless an attorney gets you in sooner. Do you currently have an attorney, ma'am?
No.
I will appoint an attorney from the Office of the Public Defender if you cannot hire one at this time.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You may step to your left.
Griffin. Griffin. We got Lasia Cruz. Asia Leon Cruz.
Got it. Thank you. You're being held on burglary, unoccupied conveyance, unarmed, setting a bond at 5,000. Petty theft, first offense. There's $250 bond previously set. Reviewed the reports, found probable cause existed. I will appoint, well, do you have the money to hire an attorney?
No.
I will appoint an attorney from the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. And I wish you best of luck, ma'am. You may step to your left.
Did I have a bond? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I give you a bond, 5,250.
Okay, thank you.
We got Greenwood, Rebecca Greenwood.
Ms. Greenwood, you're here with committing aggravated battery, felony in second degree. There is a warrant that you were picked up on, signed by. Okay, that's what I was checking for. Judge Abdoni, and it has conditions of pretrial release. These conditions will carry on with you forward until this is resolved. You may not use, possess any firearms, guns, weapons, or ammunition or knives. You're prohibited from having intentional contact from either the victims listed in any arrest report, complaint affidavit, except for court appearances. You must stay 500 feet away from the victim's home, place of employment, and or school at all times. And I'm setting the bond at $15,000. So then do you have an attorney or do you have the money to hire an attorney?
No, sir, I don't.
I will appoint an attorney to help you out. Wish you good luck. You may step to your left.
We got Tina Griffin.
Ms. Griffin, you're here on a warrantless VOP for use of possession of drug paraphernalia. Positive urine test apparently. Which is probable cause. Do you need an attorney, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Can you hire one or do you need me to appoint one?
I need you to appoint one.
I will appoint one from the Office of Public Defender. You will be held no bond at this time until you're back in front of that judge. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we got Rachel Harrelson.
Got it. Domestic violence, battery, touch or strike. Yeah.
You want to see the affidavit?
I would say if there's any recommendations there. They both, there's several of these that they both got arrested, and I was just checking to make sure this was one of them. All right. Ma'am, I am setting a bond for you. Are you able to hire an attorney?
No, sir.
All right, I'm putting down that you will hire your own attorney. Bond will be $3,000. I will place you on pretrial release conditions. She's to hire her own attorney. And those conditions include, as I've been telling a lot of the people in front of you, you'd have to contact the alleged victim in the case directly, indirectly, or through third party, social media, or any other way. Have to go to their home place of employment and or school. You can return one time within 48 hours of release to get any medicines, things of that nature that you may need. And you not possess any firearms, guns, weapons, or ammunition until this is resolved. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. You have a good day, man.
We got Erica Hornsby. I said it.
Hornsby. Oh,
Yeah, Hornsby.
Ma'am, you're here for failure to appear warrant on, are these different? Failure to appear warrants? Case numbers, yeah, all right. One was Broad and the other was. They're both for $1,000, so you should be able to bond out. Ma'am, do you have the money to hire an attorney at this time?
no, sir.
One attorney to represent you. Thank you. You may start if you left.
Hey, why don't you be quiet? You're still not gonna go anywhere. We got Ivana Gano.
Best name of all. Got it. Again, battery, touch or strike. Ma'am, do you have money to hire an attorney?
No, sir.
All right, I will appoint an attorney to represent you. I found probable cause, set the bond at 5,000 and pretrial release conditions, which will be the same as you heard me tell the lady before you, not to have any guns, weapons, firearms, or ammunition. You're not to return to the property. You're not to have direct or indirect contact with the victim listed in any report. And that you may return one time within 48 hours of release to get any medicines, clothing, or healthcare items that you may need. I wish you good luck in the future. You may step your.
Thank you.
This is Johnson, Cynthia Tarver Johnson.
And you're here again on ARR case. Do you have an address?
Yes.
Can
No,
you
I
give
have the
that
same.
address to the
It's
court?
1611 Wright, WRIGST Drive, Lakeland, Florida, 33805.
Did you get that?
No, can she say it again?
Could you say that one more time, a little bit slower?
1611 Wright, that's WRIGST Drive, Lakeland, Florida, 33805.
Thank you, ma'am. We're going to fix that so you get notices. However, before you go, I want to tell you, your next court hearing is 9/5 at 8:30. Okay, so you want to make sure that you check into it so you don't wind up in the situation again. Okay.
Yes, sir.
The bond is ROR, so I'm going to release you on your own recognizance at this time. And I'm going to ask you if you need an attorney or if you can hire one.
I need an attorney.
I will appoint an attorney from the Office of the Public Defender. course, you'll have to fill out the application and qualify. But as I told everybody in the beginning, but good luck, ma'am. You may step to your left.
Thank you, sir. Have a great day. I'll give you some of the information on the court date. Okay.
Janita McCray.
Ma'am, you're here on possession of paraphernalia, possession of fentanyl, possession of paraphernalia, there's $1,000 bond. And in possession of fentanyl, there's $5,000 bond. And do you have the money to hire an attorney at this time?
No, sir.
I will appoint an attorney from the Office of Public Defender to represent you. I found probable cause after reviewing the reports. I wish you the best of luck. You may step to your left.
It's a court date. When do I go to court?
9:16 and 8:15, ma'am. Have a good day.
Jennifer Ortiz.
Ms. Ortiz, you're here on a failure to appear capious. I see capious was, there was no bond on it, wasn't it?
It's,
All right,
there's a, next available hearing to be set with that date with Judge Barber.
That's right. This needs to be set with Judge Barber's next available hearing date. 8:20. Additionally, there is another charge that's open, isn't there?
But it's on the same case.
Okay, so go with Barber too. Thank you. So we're setting you back in front of Judge Barber, the next available date. Ma'am, do you need an attorney?
I'm
There's
I don't-
somebody
I
already.
yeah, go ahead, yeah.
All right, I will appoint an attorney to help represent you, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Got Sims. Taylor Sims.
All right. You're here on a warrantless VO, wait now.
Over there, man.
Yeah, that's clear.
And you can go back there.
All right, you're here on a warrantless VOP for, this one is domestic violence battery and willful violation of condition of pretrial release. Those two, failure to appears. One second. Yeah, is this the one that are set? No.
Yes, all doors.
With those two, failure to appears $5,000 and a $1,000 bond previously set. The PD was previously appointed on those two. With regard to the VOP, domestic battery and VOP, willful violation of condition, those are set at no bond. And you have a revocation hearing on 9/15. And we'll appoint the PD since you qualified under your other case. And I reviewed the reports found probable cause. You have a good day. You may step to your left, ma'am.
Joshua Aristide.
Domestic violence battery, attention strike.
Y'all need to be quiet, I'm gonna put you out.
Brother and sister.
You don't. Should be thinking about your case instead of just laughing and playing around.
Okay. And sir, I'm gonna set a bond, give you conditions of pretrial release, which you've heard several times today.
Pardon, Your Honor?
I said I'm gonna set a bond and give you the conditions of pretrial release that you've heard on several different occasions today. For
Yes.
example, you're not to have any contact with the victim directly, indirectly, through a third party, you're not to go to her home, vehicle, place of employment, and or school. You're not to possess any firearms, guns, weapons, ammunition, or knives. And the defendant may return to the victim's residence one time within 48 hours of release of custody, accompanied by law enforcement officers to retrieve any personal clothing, health needs, medication. Your attorney can set another hearing at a later date to get you back into the home. I understand that you're brother and sister and things may change, but at this time, you're not to have any contact with her. You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, I will appoint an attorney from the Office of Public Defender to review the reports and I found probable cause. You may step to your left, sir. Have a good day.
What's the bond? Excuse me, Your Honor, what's the
Five
bond?
thousand, I apologize.
Joshua Barnes. Brooms. Joshua Brooms.
This is a VOP. You're being held no bond at this time. And you'll be brought back on 22 CF 8989 for the violation of probation hearing. Do you need an attorney, sir?
I can't afford one.
I will appoint one in that case. Thank you very much. And your next court hearing is 9/3 at 8:30. Have a good day.
I didn't even know he was. Yeah. Clark Justin Clark.
Thank you.
Right, Bailey.
Mr. Clark, you're charged with domestic violence, battery, touch or strike. Both parties were arrested.
You gave the,
She had another place to stay, right?
yes, you gave her 16, 17.
Okay. With regard to your conditions pre-trial release, they're gonna be no guns, weapons, ammunition. You cannot contact the victim alleged in the reports, even I understand she was charged as well. But you can't have contact with her. She can't have contact with you. Whoever reaches out to the other one is gonna be getting in trouble. And violating their pretrial release. Apparently she has another place to stay and for that reason, I'm gonna allow you to return to your home. I'm gonna set your bond at $5,000. Do you have an attorney? Can you hire an attorney?
No, sir, I do not have one.
I will, and you can't hire one?
No, sir.
All right, I will appoint an attorney from the Office of Public Defender. I wish you the best of luck. You may step to your left.
Thank you, sir. When is the next court date?
They've already changed the page. Sorry about that. But they'll give it to you on the way out.
Yeah, wait, man. Brian Bailey.
Bailey.
Thank you.
It's just, yeah, I mean, it's the color coded, it confused me, so I caught up with people out of order. Because it's my fault.
It's not on.
We all make mistakes.
Sorry, I'm just looking forward to my docket.
Cindy Bailey.
I know, look.
I'll just say Brian Bailey.
Yes, it's Brian Bailey.
And it's gonna remind us.
Last name.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Sir, you're here on charge of domestic violence, battery, touch or strike. Setting a bond at this time, $5,000. And I'm putting conditions of pretrial release that you've heard a few times today, including that you will not have direct contact with the victim in this case, indirect contact or through a third party. You're not to return to the property. That you can return one time within 48 hours of release, accompanied by law enforcement officers to retrieve any personal clothing, health items, medication, personal paperwork and or tools. Sir, do you need an attorney appointed?
Yes, sir.
I will appoint an attorney to help you. As I have told other people, obviously that's subject to change at a later date. But for today's purposes, and until it is changed by another judge, you're not to have any contact or go back to the residence. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. You may step to your left.
Thank you. Yeah, you bless it. Let's see.
Huh? I did say 5,000 on that, didn't I?
Yeah.
Next. Got it. Felony petty theft or subsequent offense. Instead of bond of $5,000, well. This is correct information. The bonds have previously been set at 5,000 and 1,000. All right. Sir, do you have an attorney?
Are you, yes, sir, I do.
And you're gonna hire that attorney for these matters?
Yes, sir.
Good luck to you. Next
So I
court
have a-
hearing is 9/2.
I have a bond.
Yeah, 1,000, 5,000.
Okay, so $600. Sweet. Thank you. And when did you say my court was? I'm sorry.
9/2 at 8:15.
Thank you.
Joshua Blakely.
Sir, you're here on domestic violence, battery, theft, or strike. I'm gonna set a bond of $5,000. I'm gonna put you on conditions of pretrial release. Those conditions will include you are not to contact the victim in any way, directly, indirectly, through third party. You can't go to their home, place of employment, and or school. You may return one time within 48 hours of your release, accompanied by law enforcement to retrieve things like IDs, medicine, personal, business paperwork. And you're not to use, possess any firearms, guns, weapons, or ammunition. Sir, do you have the money to hire an attorney at this time?
No, sir.
I will appoint an attorney from the Office of Public Defender. You may step to your left.
Awesome. Thank you. Blakely that way. Christopher, Jesse, come on. Got Jesse, Christopher.
You're here on a warrant out of county, out of Charlotte. For failure to appear, petty theft. For $10,000 bond is previously set. If they do, if you don't bond out, they will bring you back on 8/22 if you're still in custody. I wish you the best of luck, sir.
Excuse me. I'm out on bond. Why would I not post my unself, you just said? And it's not 10,000. I'm out on $5,000 bond.
Apparently you missed the court and they doubled it.
Oh.
This was sent out on. Stay on it. 8/14, which is this month, like yesterday. So I'm willing to bet that's accurate. Do you need an attorney? Well, actually, no, this is different county. You may step to your left, sir.
We got Crook, Billy Crook.
All right. Mr. Crook, you're here on possession of cannabis, not more than 20 grams. Bond is set at 1,000. Possession of paraphernalia. Bond is set at 1,000. Possession of methamphetamines. Bond set at 5,000. Failure to obtain permit to comply with law, 1,000. Creating, maintaining a nuisance injurious to health, 250. Burning without a permit, 250. Dumping or littering, 5,000. Creating or maintaining a nuisance injurious to health, 2 counts of 250 each. Do you have an attorney, sir? Do you have the money to hire an attorney at this time?
No, sir.
Appoint an attorney from the Office of the Public Defender to help you. Review the reports, establish probable cause, and wish you good luck, sir. You may step to your left.
You got Ellington, Alfonso Ellington. We're not even next, man, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Here in possession of paraphernalia, 1,000, possession of methamphetamine, 5,000, possession of hydrocodone, 5,000. DWLSR first conviction said $250. DWLSR habitual, 5,000. That's kind of interesting. Fleeing to elude, $5,000. Let me see the report. Can you tell me where the second WLSR comes in?
You.
Numbers.
Yeah. And what you got? And when you got to me, should have what you got.
And whoever's stocking in there needs to stop.
So we're having an issue with somebody who's being escorted out of the courtroom.
Thank you. The two different case numbers, thank you.
Yes, and I'm guessing, again, I haven't looked at it closely, but the charge that does not include the prior, my guess is the officer who issued that just didn't see the prior for that driving incident. That may be amended later, but for perseverance purposes, that looks.
And I'm gonna leave the bond where they're set. Sir, do you have an attorney or can you have the money to hire an attorney?
No.
All right, I will appoint an attorney from now as a public defender to help you out. It would appear your next court date is 9/16. Good luck, sir.
Next is Flores Jordan.
You want to waive the reading?
Yes, sir.
Sir, you understand you're here. I'm gonna set, is this some charges of misdemeanor? I'm gonna set a $1,000 bond with pre-trial release conditions. Those conditions will be. We pull it up so you can see it. 22A. Stay 500 feet away from the event location. You're prohibited from having any contact directly, indirectly, or third party with anybody listed in any offense report. You understand, sir?
Yes, sir.
Do you have the money to hire an attorney?
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna put you're gonna hire your own, and your next court date is 9/5 at 8:30. We will see you then.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Gordon Earl. Ralph David. You're next.
Mr. Gordon, you're here on felony petty theft, 2 or more, previous dealing in stolen property and giving false verification of ownership to a pawnbroker. Bonds have previously been established in the felony petty theft of 5,000. And the giving false information to the pawnbroker at 5,000. The dealing in stolen property is a felony of the 2nd degree. That's going to be set at 15,000. I've reviewed the reports, found probable cause does exist therein. Sir, do you have an attorney?
No, sir. Excuse me,
Money to
sir.
hire an attorney?
No, sir. And that's why I was wondering if maybe you can give me a lower bond on dealing stolen property, sir. Please, sir.
Let me see his criminal history, because I'm willing to bet it.
Please, sir. If you can make it 5,000.
48 pages of criminal history. I really should double it.
Please, sir. Help me, please, sir.
Okay, I'll leave it there. 15,000, 5 and 5. I'm appointing the PD to represent you. Have a nice day, sir.
Next is Graf David. They get Griffith Ashton.
Sir, you're here on possession of drug paraphernalia, 1,000, possession of methamphetamine, 5,000, creating a nuisance injurious to health, 250, failing to obtain department permit to comply with the law, 1,000, creating a nuisance injurious to health, 250, and dumping litter, this is crap, right now. 5,000. Sir, do you have money to hire an attorney at this time?
No, what misdemeanors and felonies are those?
The ones that I said 5,000 are third-degree felonies and everything else is misdemeanor. But I will appoint the public defender to represent you. And I wish you best of luck, sir.
When's my next court date?
Why not? 9/16 at 8:15. I'm gonna step to your left. Wait, did I miss something? This is like from
Griffith, Ashton,
Mr. Griffin, you're here on possession of paraphernalia. Your bond's gonna be set at 1,000, possession of cocaine. Your bond's gonna be set at 5,000.
Johnson, Ray.
FTA on a trespass, what's that? Abuse. Suing, because it says failure to bear. Thank you.
I'm sorry about that one.
And the bond set at 1,000 on that. Sir, do you need an attorney, sir? Are you gonna be able to hire an attorney, sir?
No.
I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. However, I do note that you have an open case in. Got it.
Yeah, this case.
That was my fault. I got distracted. In 25 MM 5588. With regard to that, you'll be held Parker
Yes,
until
call
that
next
matter is
week.
resolved. The other bonds are set and an attorney has been appointed. Good luck to you, sir.
Can I have Satan cell number 4? He didn't tell you, he doesn't have it. Next is Jarvis Cody. Have Satan that cell.
So you're being held on a warrant out of Hillsborough County. It's no bond warrant for
Jones, the very.
stalking. And the installation of a tracking device. Thank you. I was seeing they were using this. You'll be picked up or brought back on 8/20 to 1 PM, sir.
Yes, sir. Is there a way to get like a tracking device or something instead of the no bond? Because I have 10 dogs and a business and I'm like stuck. I don't know what to do.
I mean, I would guess you know how to get tracking devices, considering your charges. But no, sorry. You may step to your left.
It's a WAOJ of another county. You can't match the warrant.
Yeah. Next is Johnson Ray Christopher.
Sir, you're here on burglary, unoccupied conveyance, 5,000, grand theft, 750 to 5,000 is going to be set at 5,000. However, you have an open felony probation in 25 CF 2412, which you will be held no bond on. With regard to the new charges, you have bonds. Reports did establish probable cause. Do you need me to appoint an attorney to help you?
Yes.
I will appoint an attorney from the Office of the Public Defender. I wish you good luck, sir. It looks like your next court date's 9/16. You may step to your left.
Johnson Ray. Jones. What, did you need him back? No.
Mr. Jones, you're here The warrants, with conditions 16 and 17. This is one.
Lee Jamar.
That's right. Go back. Sorry. Okay.
You're on a VOP.
So you're here on a VOP and another warrant. The VOP is you're going to be held no bond on case number 23 CF 6264. With regard to the during a missile into an occupied dwelling, you're here on a warrant signed by Judge William Seitz. It provides conditions of pretrial release. You're not to possess any firearms, guns, weapons, or ammunition, or knives. You're prohibited from having intentional contact with the victim listed in any report or affidavit, either directly or indirectly. And you stay 500 feet away from the victim's home, school, place, or employment at all times.
Yes, sir. That's a misdemeanor charge?
One is a misdemeanor charge and the criminal mischief is a misdemeanor. And then the throwing a missile into occupied vehicle is a felony in the second degree, and that will be $15,000. Sir, do you have the money to buy, to hire an attorney at this time?
Oh, no.
I will appoint an attorney to represent you. Good luck to you, sir. Step to your left.
I've seen that cell over there. Kinsey Emmett.
Oh, that's 1,000.
LaFave. Christopher Michael.
Except for she.
All right.
All right, this is arrest warrant signed by Judge, it looks like Gaylor, right? And it's no bond, so you have to go back in front of her.
Your Honor,
Aggravated battery in the pregnant person in Hillsborough County.
the
This
charge,
is for Lee Jamar. Good Lee, right?
Kenzie.
Kenzie?
Oh, wait, did I skip the wrong person?
No, I'm sorry. It is Kenzie, VOP, DWSLR, first offense.
Yeah, the charge in which that I violated, that they say I violated for, it was dropped, and my PO said that he was gonna reinstate my probation, and I shouldn't have been arrested for it. But I'm not under any like legal proceedings about that charge.
Well, yeah, you are. You're gonna be brought back in front of Judge Gaylor on 8/18. So you got to tell her that. Thank you.
What was that gentleman's name again?
That was Emmett Kinsley, and I report the Office of Public Defender to help him.
Thank you.
Even though the charge, the aggravated battery, that was dropped.
I'm looking at a warrant signed by a different judge who had their own information, who made a determination to hold you no bond, and I'm not gonna kick that out because of your words, sir.
The state can't check that?
I'm sure they can, but we're moving on to the next person now.
And my next court date is?
I told you, 8/18.
Yes, sir.
Lee Jamar.
Sir, you're here on what page too far? Hallucinogen, purchase. Schedule 2, marijuana possession not more than 20, and drug paraphernalia. I'm setting bonds on each. That count 1 is a F3, correct?
Showing step 2, Judge.
Is it an F2? I wasn't sure about that. Okay. So that'd be 15,000 and 1,000 and 1,000. Sir, do you have money to hire an attorney?
Yes, yes.
You're gonna hire your own attorney. I've set bonds, so you should be able to bond out on those charges. And your next court date's 9/16, so good luck to you, sir.
What was the first charge?
Hallucinogens, probably mushrooms or something. Yeah.
15,000 for that charge?
That's how it's charged.
I wanted to challenge, if I may.
All right.
Of probable cause with regards to the hallucinogen. What I noticed is, I believe it's based upon the ketamine allegation.
Oh, yeah,
in the
you're right.
affidavit.
Yeah, that seems severe, doesn't it?
Yes, and there was no testing for that. The only thing they have in the affidavit is that the officer claims that Mr. Lee stated this white powdery substance was ketamine. But my understanding would be for them to even have probable cause, they'd have to do something as far as testing in order to.
Well, and I read this fast. Thank you. State,
Was 24 hours, probable cause. I note that today is Friday, so I expect that obviously come up on the weekend.
yeah, all right. Sir, I'm gonna give the state 24 hours because I think probable cause is lacking at this time, but they have been entitled to 24 hours to see if there's further evidence. So we're gonna bring you back tomorrow, take away that $15,000 bond. And I can set a 5,000 while we wait, if that works.
Should ask if you could go ahead and set it.
Or set a 5,000 while we wait. Because even if it is ketamine, I think that's an appropriate bond amount anyway. All right, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi.
Next is Lafave Christopher.
Thank you for pointing that out, counsel.
Sure.
Thank you for pointing that
Thanks,
out.
John.
Like I said, I read that one. After you get there about 70 of them, you start to read a little bit fast.
Yes, I know.
All right,
LaFave.
thank you. You're here on domestic violence battery, Patrick Strike. Setting bond at 5,000 with pretrial release conditions. The domestic violence conditions, which are standard, essentially include that you're not to possess any firearms, guns, weapons, ammunition, or knives. You're prohibited from having any contact directly or indirectly with the person listed on the arrest report as the victim. That you're not to contact them by phone, computer, social media, or through a third party. You're not to go to the victim's home, place of employment, school, and or work. And you have 48 hours upon release from custody to return, accompanied by a law enforcement officer, to get any personal property like medications, clothing that you may have there. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sir, do you need an attorney?
Did you get an attorney?
Yes, please. Sorry.
Thank you. I will appoint the attorney from the Office of Public Defender.
Manine.
Mannion.
How do you say it?
Manion.
Mannion, John Patrick.
So you're here on cultivation of cannabis. Bond has previously been set at 5,000. Possession of paraphernalia, 1,000. Possession of cannabis over 20 grams. Bond's previously been set at 5,000. Your next court date's 9/16. I've reviewed the reports. I found probable cause. Do you need an attorney appointed or can you hire one?
I need an attorney, please.
I will appoint an attorney from the Office of the Public Defender. I wish you good luck, sir.
Shut up.
Hey, I'm getting out of here.
Get out. Out.
Okay. Oh. Oh. Hey, this way over here, man. Don't be trying to go over there. Go this way over there. Get your. I got you. Hey, what's that? Hey, dude. I'm dead.
Okay, thank you.
McCain Joe. McCain Joe.
Yes.
You're here on domestic violence battery, catch or strike, sir. Bond's gonna be set at 5,000. You heard me announce the last three people, the domestic violence conditions, did you not?
Sir Montgomery. Billy.
Say again?
An attorney, sir?
No,
So you're gonna hire your own?
no.
All right. But you decline the office of public defender, not to use, possess any firearms, guns, weapons, or ammunition. You will not have contact directly or indirectly or through third party with the victim listed in any report or affidavit. You stay 500 feet away from the victim's home, vehicle, place of employment, and or school. And you may return one time within 48 hours of release with an officer to retrieve any personal items, clothing, or business-related paperwork. Good luck to you, sir. You may step to your left.
Hey, Judge, but this is my house. I'm paying for my mom with cancer.
Well, that's probably why you wanted an attorney to help you get that motion set so you could get back in there. But if you want to handle it yourself, you have every right to do so. Now, if you'd like me to appoint one, I can reconsider that.
Yeah, no, opponents. I'm letting move the house.
Appoint an attorney from the Office of Public Defender to represent you. See if they can get you back in. I want you to be able to get back in and out of your house. But sir, we have to know where the victim is, if they're going somewhere else, or if the house is empty in the first place, or else you're going to go back and you're going to violate your pre-trial release and you're going to be out no bond. So if you please take a step to your left, I wish you the best luck.
McAllister James.
Why amended? Another amended affidavit, okay.
Carl, O. Bellamy.
Tampering with evidence, 5,000, possession of paraphernalia, 1,000, possession of methamphetamine, 5,000. Did you have a challenge on this?
Yes, it was, what client is it? I'm sorry. The name?
It's McAllister. It might have been McCain you wrote down.
I believe McCain was on the list, Judge.
And sir, do you need an attorney? Oh, you previously had it appointed. These are add-on charges.
These are clarification, if I may. This case came to first appearance yesterday. The judge found no probable cause for the charges of possession of meth and possession of paraphernalia connected to that meth, and therefore no PC for tampering with the evidence, which was the meth. A amended affidavit was provided to me. I did provide that to pretrial, put in the.
That's the one that I was reading. Okay.
Yes, sir. So that one is an amendment. It is not new charges. They are simply to clarify the probable cause from yesterday. My reading of the amended affidavit was that they did conduct the theft relief report, tested that methamphetamine.
Yeah, and that's what it said. So I had found probable cause with regard to that. Previously, the PD was previously appointed. And so your next court date's 9/16. Good luck to you. You do have bonds.
Sorry.
Okay, do I have an attorney on these cases now or no?
Yes, you do.
Okay,
Just appointed one.
okay, so everything was with
The
the,
probable cause, yeah, you got $11,000 bond.
okay, all right, thank you, Your Honor, I was curious.
I'm going to ask if the state would please, if you haven't done that already on this case,
Provide the
provide
defense, please.
the amended affidavit, because I can't remember if you did. Mike Berkowitz sent me one, but I haven't received one from you.
Mr. Berkowitz generally handles this docket, and so I have them sent to me, to be sure I have them, and to Mr. Berkowitz, who generally distributes them. When the Honorable Public Defender changed, that there was not a regular assistant public defender.
They changed up their schedule. I get it.
I don't know who to send it to specifically, so that's why the delay, not out of any intent to provide him with one.
I just want to make sure I have it. So if you could email it to me like you did on Mr. Porcelain, that would be very helpful.
Absolutely. And I do have a copy.
That everybody received the amended affidavit.
While we're at first.
All right, who's next?
This is Montgomery Billy. Nico Daniel.
Sir, you're here on a failure to appear on a tampering charge and a failure to appear on. Is this a Novon Cubius? All right, so you have to return back in front of that judge. 5-day hearing will be set. It is set for 8/18. with F2.
There's no way.
So, sir, you'll be able to have that hearing and find out if you get a bond on that date. Have a good day, sir.
Monday. You're gonna prom Monday. Next is OG Bellamy.
Got it. Petty theft. I'm setting a bond at $1,000. Reviewed the reports about probable cause. Sir, do you have an attorney?
I have a PD.
I
Like
will appoint the PD if you qualified for the other case, for this case. And you're out on bond on 24 CF 10909, which is probably the case you're referring to, where you have already been appointed an attorney. However, out on bond, so that's a Parker, not in Stanford. So on that case, you will be remanded Parker v. State. That's 10909.
What that mean? So I get a bond.
Next
sir?
court date's 9/5. Have a good day, sir.
No bond.
On this case, you have a bond, but on your other case, you are remanded, so you're part of the state.
Next is Panico Daniel.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Talking
Long
about-
day, I know. We got domestic violence, battery, touch or strike. Is this intentionally 2 counts? Let me see the report.
Showing two,
I had that question on mine because it said Taylor Lynn Page on both of them.
same date of birth, two different addresses. They'll give me a moment, says.
Thank you.
If I may, Your Honor,
I don't know that you want to, because I figured this out, but if you feel necessity to talk, you can. Just know everything you say can be used
Yes.
against you. It's being recorded in front of a
Yes, sir.
state attorney.
Yes, sir. At pretrial, when I was arrested yesterday, the gentleman stated that this is only one occurrence, so there should only be one charge. I was just curious as to why there was
That's
two.
why I was asking the state to
Yes,
clarify.
sir. Yes, Your Honor.
Referring to the affidavit, the case filing agent writes, there was an argument, suspect hit the victim, causing a scratch to her forehead. Suspect and victim then went to their residence, so a different place. They get argued again, and the subject grabbed the victim, threw her to the ground, and pushed her. I'm summarizing, but from the report.
I'm looking at the location of the incident.
Yes, so it looks like the affidavit alleges that there was a battery, a move to a different location, then at a different time on the same day, a new argument with an additional battery. So my reading of this is that it is properly charged as 2 counts. I don't know why the victim has 2 addresses listed, but I suspect those are the 2 addresses of the 2 places, one for each respective battery. I believe that's the allegation, Judge.
Do you have your own place, sir?
I lived with my baby mother, but I can definitely stay with a good
Your
friend
own
or
place?
my mother. Yes, sir.
I'm
I do-
going to find probable cause as to the first count. I think this is one ongoing event. With regard to the second count, I'm going to RR you. But with regard to the first count, you're getting a $5,000 bond. Additionally, you're going to be placed on conditions of pretrial release. Those conditions will include, as you've heard me tell others, not to go back to the house with the exception of one time within 48 hours of being released with law enforcement to pick up any medicines, stuff like that. Not to have any contact directly, indirectly, or through a third party at her home, vehicle, school, or place of employment, and you will not possess any firearms, guns, weapons, or ammunition. You
Yes, sir.
understand, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you.
As
You
far
have
as
a good
that,
day.
as far as an attorney, would you possibly be able to appoint me a public defender, please?
I will. And thank you for reminding
And
me because
if-
it's one of the things I got to do today. and it's
Okay,
been a
if-
long day. So I
if
will
I
appoint the
humbly may-
office of the public defender. Have a good
Humbly,
day.
if I may, I humbly request ROR. I've never been a flight
Well,
risk.
no,
I've never missed a
you're too
court
far,
date.
buddy. I gave you an OBC on one of the two charges. The other one, you're gonna have 5,000.
Yes, sir. Have a good day.
Proctor Douglas,
Yes. Proctor? Just carrying a firearm, 5,000, attempted carjacking.
It has to be heard on that one too.
Please.
I apologize for interrupting. Just, carjacking is an enumerated offense under 907-04158, sub 22, and attempt for any of those enumerated offenses is also an enumerated offense. I'm requesting pursuant to 3.132, F4, that on the count of attempted carjacking, the accused be held no bond, and the first appearance be continued for 4 days for the state to file a motion for pretrial detention.
If you're filing a motion for pretrial detention, that's well within your rights and we can continue for that purpose. Sir, do you have an attorney?
I have a lawyer, sir.
And who's your attorney?
It should be in the call, or should have already reached out to you.
We haven't received anything that I see yet. However, we're being brought back in 4 days, I think, for the purposes of a pretrial detention hearing. So you want to let them know that so they can prepare for it, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. You may have a good day, sir.
So no bond as of right now?
no bond, you're being held on pre-detention, pretrial detention hearing, yeah. Sanchez Michael,
I need to set those.
Okay. 17, right?
One second. I gotta set the two other ones that aren't attempted carjacking. Throwing this deadly missile, is that an M2, F2 or F3? All right, 15,000 and then 5,000, 5,000 with conditions 16, 17, or 17, 16, 17, 18, right? Yes.
One-time return?
Yes. Thank you. All right, we're back to you, sir. I apologize. I just wanted to straighten something out before we moved on. And this is. Thank you. Sir, you're here on criminal mischief, 1,000 or more. A bond has previously been set at $5,000. I'm leaving it set at $5,000. Sir, do you have the money to hire an attorney?
Yes, sir.
I will appoint an attorney from the Office of the Public Defender. I've reviewed the reports. I found probable cause. Your next court date is 9/16 and 8/15. Good luck to you, sir.
I have a question, sir. So if my friend was to pay my bond today, would I be able to get out today?
One would think, unless you got other things on you up.
And are the bonds been open on the weekends?
Sir, I'm not here to answer questions or give legal advice. I'm just setting bonds.
Sanchez Eliseo,
Warrantless BOP for introducing or possession of contraband into a jail. And that would be a no bond hold. Possession of a firearm by convicted felon, 15,000. Domestic violence, 5,000. Domestic violence battery prior conviction, 5,000. And warrantless VOP, no bond. Sir, do you have an attorney?
No, sir.
I will appoint an attorney from the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. Good luck to you, sir. You misstepped your left. Oh, yeah,
Next
pretrial
is-
release conditions 16, 17, 18.
pretrial release, you can't have any contact with the victim at all.
What does that mean?
I'll get with you in just a second. Next is Scott Bryan.
Aggravated, I'm sorry, domestic violence, aggravated battery, deadly weapon. Is that correct? What's that?
Thomas Cedric.
So I'm running out of steam here. Yeah, it's charged with felony in the second degree. Just wanted to double check that. So that would be 15,000.
I've never had.
Sir, and you will not have any contact with the victim directly, indirectly, or at all. Additionally, you will not go back to their home, place of employment and or school. Do you have the money to hire an attorney at this time?
No, I do not, Your Honor. I'm on disability.
I will appoint you an attorney from the Office of Public Defender, sir. Your next court date is 9/16 at 8:15. I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Thomas Cedric.
Trespass and property other than structure or conveyance was bond previously set at $250. You should be able to bond out at this time. Do you have an attorney? Can you hire an attorney, sir?
No, sir.
I will appoint an attorney from the Office of the Public Defender to assist you. I will let you know that your court date is 9/5 at 8:30 in Bartow, so make sure you're there. Have a good day.
You too.
Next up is Washington. Mr. Wheatley, you can.
The PD has previously been appointed. We are here for failure to appear at pretrial. And the KPS amount is $2,000 previously set. So, sir, your next court date is 9/10 at 8:30. If you bond out, make sure you make it, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Have a good day.
9/10 at 8:30. Next up is Wheatley Mark.
Mr. Wheatley, you're here on failing to obtain a permit. That's $1,000. Dump litter, private property, 500 pounds or more, that's $5,000. Sir, do you have the money to hire an attorney?
I do not.
I will appoint an attorney to help you from the Office of Public Defender. Your next court date is 9/16 at 8:15. I wish you the best of luck, sir. Have a good weekend. Thank you all for your patience with me. I was burning out of steam there. Somehow they got the impression that talking was a good thing today.
Yeah, sounds good. Mr. Whitehurst Chad was the one that was causing the disturbance here a couple minutes ago. He was taken to the back. If he could be put back on first appearance for tomorrow.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Was there anybody else y'all needed to know about?
Let
What
me
about
ask.
Michael Crown?
Who? You said Brown?
Michael Crown.
Browns.
Michael Cross. A hospital. He's at the hospital.
Well, that was,
I got it.
Yeah, that was her.
don't say which hospital. That
Okay.
wasn't,
I don't know which one.
okay, good.
No, I don't get that information. I just know he's not here at the jail.
There's also this one.
You can dump everybody from online unless they're an hour.
McGow, Jayla, Adriana, she was ROR'd this morning before first appearance.
Yeah, I think there was no previous, wasn't it? Yeah.
I know when I looked her up in Soma, she had been permanently released already, and the documents that were scanned in stated that she was ROR'd.
That's good, because those RR cases really don't need to be brought back if they can provide an address.
I was about to say, I think that's basically what it was because they didn't have a right address. So,
Yeah.
but she's gone.
Yeah, there were 3 of them on the docket today, and I was like, they really should be able to get out.
Good. Was that it?
That's it. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Have a wonderful day and a good weekend.
You too. I appreciate everybody. Sorry. But it takes a long.
It's always a good time.
Always appreciate it.
There was.
3:15.
Always a pleasure.